This is M-Dog20, Matt Cross, and you're listening to True Heel Heat.
Oye, te habla tío Sabio Vega. This is Sabio Vega, and you watching True Heel Hit a mi manera o pa' la calle.
What's up, guys? It's Wolverine, Death Machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage, and you're watching True Heel Heat. Who better? Nobody. This is the knockout artist, Chris Hero, and if you're looking for some true heel heat, you better listen to them boys. Rob Van Dam, listen to True Heel Heat. Pow!
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble, episode 139. Swerve to the top, reviewing the March 27, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite, as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by the man of 54,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling. He is Jimmy Macram. How are you doing?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How the hell are you? I'm good. Good day. Good vibes.
Yeah, I told him before we went live, this was the nicest greeting I have ever gotten from Jimmy. Well, a long time since I got a nice greeting like that from Jimmy Mac. He did it like one time before, but like it's one of the rare times I got a nice reaction from Jimmy at the start. And look at that, a nice intro for the people as well.
Yeah, good mood. Certainly not because of the show last night, but a good mood and ready to get going. See, I didn't want to say anything to you about the show when it was going well.
You never do. You never want to talk.
Let me tell you something. I don't like being wrong, and I was wrong, and I was right about a lot of things I'll get to later. But that's not important. I was wrong about Raw on Monday because after the first 25 minutes, I was like, "This thing's." I'm going to bed.
And I was look at it for the person that Jimmy always is on here being like, "Oh, you're biased against WWE. Oh, you have you're."
No, I say Triple H. I don't say WWE.
Oh, okay. But was I not the one who was the voice of reason? Like they did it was to subvert expectations, and they did it for a reason. They did it for a reason. I was talking you into sticking with the show, and thank God I did, because like me and Romeo talked about on Tuesday, one of the best. That was the best episode of WWE TV going into WrestleMania.
Oh, certainly. Well, to be fair, I don't watch all of them back fucking straight through, but it's the best one I've seen easily with relative fucking ease. I was like, I don't give a fuck what The Rock whispered. I gotta wait till WrestleMania to figure out what the fuck he said. I don't want to hear CM Punk do another "I'm home" speech. I'm not here for any of this shit. I was wrong about everything. This was fantastic.
Yes, and the fact that The Rock said, "Tonight, I'm gonna make you bleed."
Yeah, that's fucking great. By the way, I never heard The Rock sound so Samoan in my life when he was yelling at the end of the show.
Come on,
look at you now! Look at you now, huh?
Look at you now, boy! Look at you now, boy!
This is racist Samoan. This is weird. Look at you now, boy! Huh? Right.
Oh, so great, so great, so great. As we always say, you know, we give a star rating for the angles. That was a 6-star angle, in my opinion. That broke the scale.
You got to do the intro. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. So I thought something right about something else. I totally forgot. You just reminded me.
What I gave a 6-star angle to the.
Well, of course you gave a 6-star angle because, like the great Kenny Omega said, "All you bums give out star ratings like it's no fucking big deal." Kenny Omega, I know you're watching. Thank you, sir. I've been saying it for forever. They give them out like it's candy. Was it his words? You said candy?
Yes.
Because I've been saying that. They give them out like, hey, Kenny Omega, Triple H, Tony Khan. They watch the Ramble. I appreciate it. They give them out like it's candy. Keep on watching.
All the people. We just gonna for your wear. We just gonna need a T-shirt which has like multiple people watching the Ramble. It's like a list of people.
I appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing. Triple H, Tony Khan, Kenny Omega. Triple H, Kenny Omega, keep doing what you're doing. Tony Khan, stick around, I guess. Oh, yeah.
He got some stuff from us. We got G Loke in the chat who says, "What it do at True Hill Heat, man? Smash up the like, and then let's get straight to it. It was a show." He says, "Also we got Car Driver Finisher. It says, yo, SP3, have you watched Invisible? And when that X-Men episode 3 album drop, I missed the live recap of y'all talking about it. The first episodes, you can go over to True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment for our live review of episodes 1 and 2 of X-Men 97. We're going to have a review of episode 3 coming up on Sunday. I do not watch Invisible, but I know Jimmy Macram does.
Invincible's fucking amazing. I'm gonna watch episode 6, I think it is. So I'm done with this.
Look at that. I'm gonna rewatch episode 3 of X-Men 97.
How's it been so far?
Oh, I love it. It's so great. It's by far the best adaptation of the X-Men since the comics. Well, it's a continuation of the animated series, and I thought the animated series was the best adaptation. I think the movies suck in comparison to the animated series.
Oh, certainly. That's
it. The way they butcher, I named it off. I was like, the way they butchered Cyclops, Rogue, and Storm in those Fox movies it's so refreshing to see actual writers and, you know, the people behind this project actually care about making them into fucking superheroes instead of simp, insecure, and stupid one-liners about lightning and thunder.
Fair enough. I'm watching eventually. I'm very curious.
Really should. We got ALW says, good morning, happy Thursday, AEWramble, let's get it. Dynamite was very solid this week. I really enjoyed it. We also got Trey Jones who says, what's good, y'all? We also got Ace who says, what's up, y'all? We have Annika who says, I almost spilled my coffee. Wow. Oh, man. We got Power Driver Finisher. He says, I'm fucking fine. How the fuck are you, Jimmy?
Relatively well.
Mama Rose. Big Hero Chris says, don't fuck with the final boss.
Fucking Christ. Holy. I hate that name. You know what? It's all right.
Look at you, boy.
Look at you now, boy. Huh?
Look at you, boy. Look at you now, boy. Yes, everyone watches the Ramble. That's what we're trying to say in layman's term. We got Power Driver Finisher. It says that one-liner from Storm was some final boss.
Don't spoil it. Shut up.
What?
Don't spoil it. What?
I'm not gonna spoil the line or whatever she says, but yeah. No, I'm just reading the comments. Annika says, like, how you not have Gambit in the dang movies? They did have him in one movie, but it was the worst
Origins,
X-Men movie. The worst X-Men movie. That is my fault. And I just rewatched all the prequel ones, the First Class, Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, and Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix is the worst out of that pile of movies. But Origins is so much worse than that. It's so much worse.
I don't remember.
I recently
Video game
watched
was great.
Origins as well. Huh?
Video game was great. X-Men Origins video game was great.
I never even played the video game, so it's news to me. Yes, Origins was ass. I agree. Origins is the last. Second worst would be Dark Phoenix, and then Apocalypse. Those are like those. No. The worst ones are Origins, Last Stand, and then Dark Phoenix.
I'm not mad at that thing.
Yeah, Last Stand is awful. That like they don't know how to do the Phoenix Saga in live action.
It takes longer than a fucking movie. That's why. Why are we fucking?
It took 9 episodes. It took 9 episodes in the animated series.
I forgot how many issues it took, but it took forever. Oh. I don't have the patience for dogs. I said the same thing, by the way. I said the same thing to SP3 right after I took a victory lap about Kenny Omega. I said the same thing. It's wild that came from Kenny. You out of all people. It's kind of wild coming from you, sir.
You made your whole reputation on 5-star matches. He said Kenny is one of the ghosts for having multiple 6-star matches and then burying 6-star matches.
It's kind of wild coming from you, sir. Nobody else gets to come to this door. I came in. Nobody else coming in.
King Potatoes and Sup Bros didn't watch Dynamite last night, so I'm counting on Jimmy's recalling of last night's episode to be very entertaining. Of course.
Be more entertained than the fucking show. That's not difficult. Stay here, snore for 2 hours, being more entertained than that fucking show.
Oh Jesus! But
and mustache smells weird. Who wrote this shit? What?
You literally are just saying the worst 20 minutes of the show. The last night's show was from Quebec City, Quebec. What did you think about the crowd last night in Quebec?
Are we done bullshitting? No.
Oh, you have something else to bullshit about? I mean, you could bring it up.
No, not really. Not really. We already had a conversation last week. I don't want to get into another row this week. I'll wait. You said I have to wait till when? April, was it the Dynamite before Dynasty? April, I want to say 17th. I'll wait. It's all right. I will say things have gone my way so far. I want you to climb down off the hill slowly, my friend. I don't want you to die on this fucking hill. Jump off the hill. You'll break a couple bones. Well, it's not a real hill. It's a metaphorical hill. It hurts your ego. Just get off the fucking hill.
What hill am I dying on?
Well, if you remember a few weeks back, Mercedes was the biggest star than Becky Lynch. I wouldn't say that was proven false last week. It was proven false since time immemorial. It's been untrue forever. It's been solidified. It's been untrue forever. And I just want you to come down. I
already said that you were right, that Becky Lynch is a bigger wrestling star.
Is that what happened last week? I remember us yelling at each other for 30 minutes. I don't remember hearing Jimmy. You're right.
I said you cannot use 1 week as validation for you being right about something. That's what I argued with you about. I never argued that you weren't right. I argued that you can't use 1 week as validation.
Time out. Make sure I hear this record. I'm right.
I never said you were right. I never said you were wrong. I said that you can't
Exactly.
use 1 week. The whole argument we had last week, if you remember correctly, was that you can't use 1 week as validation, and you went off of that. So we have nothing to argue about this week.
You just said I was right. Now you're saying you didn't say I was right. That's what I said. Nobody said I was right.
I didn't say you were right. I didn't say you were wrong.
You didn't say I was right just now?
No, I said with Becky Lynch and Mercedes Moné, I said Becky Lynch is a bigger wrestling star. The new argument that I adjusted after that first week, several weeks ago, was that Mercedes Moné was a bigger mainstream star. Now, if you're saying that I'm dying on that hill, then yeah, probably I will die on that hill. But I'll die. Oh, good.
Okay. No. We're not going to perpetuate. We're supposed to be role models here. We're not going to perpetuate bad ideas. Quite frankly, I don't want people dying on hills. Never die on a hill, people. Climb off the hill. There's no need to die on the hill. Just leave the hill and don't jump to another hill when this hill's about to blow up. Talking about no, this is the real hill the whole time. No. You climb off this hill first. Then we can talk about what hill you want to go to. But right now, this is the hill we gotta get off of first. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
Jimmy, you're right with Becky Lynch.
I'm just trying to make sure you know what hill I'm dying on. But what we've actually argued about, because I did.
We've argued about a lot of different things. Various things.
My missus was wondering why I was so loud last week and made me rewatch it, and I know what we argued about, and we argued about that. It was about you can't use 1 week as validation. That was all we argued about. We did not argue about Mercedes versus Becky Lynch.
We didn't get to it. Who were too busy yelling? You were yelling, right?
I mean,
Jesus fucking Christ! Stop listening to you, girl. Enough.
Christopher Kidd says the crowd sucked, in my opinion, last night.
No, Jimmy was right. That's why my ego is demanded. That's why we're having this conversation. Jimmy was right. Let's hear it out loud and for the people.
No, you said you had till April 17th.
Okay. I want you to know, this is like cashing out a bet in the casino. Like, it gets worse the longer we wait. You should cash out now. April 17th, we're not going to get to anything. We're not going to get to any AEW Dynamite topic at all. It's just going to be me going ho, 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 ho for 2 hours.
Okay.
And never words. Just ho, 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 ho. Jimmy, what are you laughing about? Ho, 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 ho. That's what I'm going to do. Ho, 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 ho. That's it. For 2 hours, fucking straight.
Why are you so indignant?
Because all I ask from people, I don't ask for much. I don't ask for fucking flowers. I don't ask for anything. All I ask is for my ego to be stroked them right. That's all. That's all.
You need to be stroked right now?
Stroked all the time, particularly right now. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So we can move on.
Jimmy, and I don't want to hear about ego.
Jimmy was right. Jimmy was right. Jimmy was right. Jimmy was right. You feel better?
3 or 4.
Can we go? Can we move on now?
I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Can we move on now?
No, good is a good word to do it. Yeah. And by the way, I don't care if it happens with I don't care if it happens with an attitude. I don't care if it happens with sass. I take it all the same.
No, I'm not giving you any sass. I'm just asking if we can move on.
Well, then I'm sorry, Jimmy. She thinks it's gonna make you upset. No, sorry. I heard it. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I didn't say I was sorry.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in general. I think I'm sorry. I take thank you. I take
you
right.
Jimmy was right.
All that.
I
take the words.
It's easy to say. The big man dog says the numbers don't lie. Scott Steiner.
They don't.
Not 2008. It was like 2006. We do have a super chat donation to start us off here. A super chism, if you will, from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will.
Listen up, you prick.
Will says, I got to ask Jimmy's reaction to the Punk Drew Seth promo and The Rock going full final boss, calling Cody boy. All you got to do is rewind a couple of minutes back because we already talked about the Cody and Rock part of it. But your reaction to Punk, Drew, and Seth promo?
Everybody was great. Punk and Drew were a notch ahead of Seth. Punk is a notch ahead of Drew. Drew made the greatest face I've ever seen ever when confronted with the Vince McMahon thing. That is the greatest face I've ever seen. Of you got me, but fuck you. Yeah, it was great. I wish he was referee. Punk was, but he's not. What are you gonna do? Take commentary, I guess. That's what it is. I'm with you, nigga. Punk versus Drew is the match now. Sorry, Seth.
Yo,
You've been
for real.
taken down another notch.
That was the most interesting Drew and Seth have been. We didn't talk about it, but me and Romeo did on Tuesday on our review. But I was like, coming out of that, I was more interested in seeing Drew versus Punk, Punk versus Seth, a triple threat with Punk, Seth, and Drew, and then all the way at the bottom, like Seth said about 2 weeks ago when he said, "Oh, I care about Bloodline, Roman, Rock, my knee, my back, and then all the way to the bottom is Drew." That's how I feel about your matchup now. It's all the way at the bottom of my interest level of coming out of that whole promo.
It is. Just put the bet on Drew and let's get out of here. Sorry.
But I will not front, and I mentioned this on Tuesday. They did fuck up though with Punk mentioning the referee thing because the crowd, the crowd did not want him to be the commentator after he mentioned it. It was like, no, we like that idea. Don't mention a better idea. That was what I said on Tuesday reviewing the show. I was like, you can't mention a better idea and then go into it by counting 3. Like what?
Yeah. He was.
He was
definitely in a mood.
I gave them credit for getting it back on track the way they did after that, because that could have made the whole thing fall apart.
Yeah, well, to be fair, he was staying on the couch for a couple months here in Seth and Drew. He was in a mood on Monday. I was here for it. He was not pleased. Thank God I'm home. No, skip all that bullshit. Get to the angry part.
That was Punk post first injury AEW when he came back and did the promo on Hangman.
Oh, bars on John Moxley too.
Yeah, Moxley too.
Third, yeah.
But Moxley had a great promo that one too when he said
Moxley's fucking
fragile.
Dude, that might have been
Moxley's best response in a promo exchange ever.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Once he gave that promo, I thought we should just keep the belt on Moxley for forever. He felt like such a star in that moment. He just squashed him, and now he's talking shit. This is fantastic. 2.2? Is that true?
What?
2.2
the Punk
million?
segment. The Punk segment, yeah, did 2.2 million.
Oh, what do you want? Oh well.
it was the high. I know the high for the show was that segment.
And what did the show do overall? 1.7?
1.7? 1.7?
Well, it's 500,000 people. That's Collision. If only he was fucking there. No, we kept Jungle Boy. Brilliant idea. I see no issues with this at all. And I heard he's mad at Jungle Boy. Why? He didn't fire CM Punk. You did, stupid. I love that.
Yeah, apparently CM Punk ruined his return to AEW because he was in talks to return to AEW in December, and then Punk returned to WWE and they scrapped the plan.
How the fuck am I in trouble again for this?
Why do I get in trouble for the nigga got fired?
You fired him and it's my fault.
He asked for his release and it got denied.
I love that. So you're not going to fire me. You're not going to let me go. You're not going to put me on TV. It's my fault that you fired him. Where did he do this at? How's this my fault? All right, well, whatever.
I love how big Power Drive Fisher went from I love Jimmy's attitude to I no longer like his attitude.
Power Drive Finisher is clearly a woman.
No, that's wild. That's so wild.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Every woman in my life ever has had that exact same exchange. They think that shit is very cute when I'm shitting on people, but then when it turns around shitting on them, oh, now I'm an asshole. Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. I haven't changed. You have. Sorry.
Changed. I'm the same person. Oh
same person I was yesterday.
Yo, that's wild. That's wild, Trey Jones, because it might be true. And I am the guy who is up here on this channel defending Seth at the beginning of the WrestleMania build. Because at the beginning of the WrestleMania build, he was doing great work. He was doing some of the best promo work of his career against Punk, against Drew. He was great. He got into this whole Rock, Cody, Roman shit, and it was like, yeah, you're the fourth guy here. And then when you're trying to build two feuds at once, and then the guy makes your feud more interesting 1 week than you have done for 3 months, it's like, yeah, you're the least interesting in two feuds. Damn.
He's a champ. It's a goddamn shame. His contract's up right soon, right?
Yeah. I know Becky says she's got 2 more months, but they're gonna give her the bag. They're gonna make her. They're gonna be like, whatever Mercedes made, you get $1 more.
Oh, I don't know if that she'll get. She should ask for that. I don't know what Mercedes made. It feels like it's an egregious number.
We read the report on True Hill Heat on Saturday that it was she's the highest paid woman in professional wrestling now after the deal.
Okay, props to her.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm fucking Becky, I'd be highly annoyed. I have to be highly annoyed when I read that me and Charlotte make the same amount of money. It's fucking egregious. And what was I gonna say? Where's she ranking AEW? Do we know?
Well, she has to be in the same range as like Jericho, Osprey, Okada, Moxley.
Jesus, do you hear these people? What's MJF make? Oh, we don't know yet. He's still pretending.
We don't know yet. They probably won't make that information like anything leak until he comes back.
Yeah, and if I was them, I'd never leak it. Good Lord.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
They're gonna act like this is like a new deal. Like he hasn't been under a new deal for like the last 2 years. They're gonna act like, oh, brand new deal. MJF re-signs with AEW.
Oi, but yeah, all these people getting paid that they don't even do anything. I mean, numbers wise.
Man, if I'm like the people I'm looking at right now with AEW with all the new people that they've like re-signed, I'm like looking at Swerve. I'm like, yo, Swerve, you better get a big time raise. Absolutely. Big time, because Hangman and the Elite just got their raise last year. They re-signed.
What the fuck? All these, Jesus fucking Christ. How do you get this money? How do you get it? Like, I don't understand. I'll be rude. How do they get this money? Do any of them deserve this money? You deserve whatever somebody's willing to pay for. Thank you, stupid. Shut up. I mean, they worth the money that they bring in. I'm not sure any of them are. Outside MJF, we even know what he got.
Jericho was at one time.
Jericho was.
Jericho's just getting that grandfather deal though. Like it's so obvious he's got the Hall and Nash clause. I call it the Hall and Nash clause. I don't call it the grandfather contract. I call it Hall and Nash clause. That's what he's got. Pretty sure.
I'm mad at it.
I ain't mad at it either. That's a smart businessman. Even though I don't like him, it's all good.
He was great on this episode.
We got a super chat donation, Super Chisholm from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. We always appreciate you.
That's fucking bullshit.
Christopher Kidd says, Seth shot his load too early and now he's limp while everyone else is about to get started and make some WrestleMania moments. Christopher, right. It is, like I said, I thought early on, like December, when they had the first Punk and Seth showdown, I was like, yo, that's one of Seth Rollins' best promos of his career. And I said that more than once in the lead up to like Royal Rumble. But it seems like after Royal Rumble was when he got shifted into the whole Rock storyline, when that whole passing of the torch thing with Cody and Rock failed. They pivoted him into that so he could get a WrestleMania main event.
Thank you, sir.
It's not on it.
I appreciate it. When that thing failed, I'm glad with two of us still some common sense here. Some idiots who still think this was the plan all along. Stop it.
Oh no. This is another thing we talked about on Tuesday. I don't know if you agree with this, but I said, someone in our chat on, I think it was Dedrin from House of Wrestling, he said that this was the best WrestleMania build since WrestleMania 30. And we made the comparison of WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 40. It's all about the pivot. It's all about the pivot. And I think the pivot this time was better than 30 with Bryan. I think this pivot was executed superbly and made it hotter. It made it hotter. And it didn't feel like it was hotter by accident. It felt like they pivoted and then orchestrated it to heat it up as much as possible. Whereas I felt WrestleMania 30, they pivoted and it got hot by accident.
Agreed on all accounts. Props to The Rock. This is all his doing. It's his fault this thing fucked up. It's his fault they pivoted. It's his fault it's the hottest thing going right now. By the way, Trey Jones just mentioned it again. I might have to disagree with you all about Seth being the least important person in that fucking title feud. It might be Roman at this point. No disrespect. No disrespect. It might be Roman at this point.
I won't say he's the least important because I think he is still important because you need him for Cody to beat. But I will say 100%, there's no doubt in my mind, he is the person putting in the least amount of effort. There's no debate. We can debate who is least important between Seth and Roman in this feud, but there is no debate that Seth has actually tried. We can't say the same for Roman after that promo on Friday on SmackDown. The promo on Friday on SmackDown in comparison to what Rock and Cody did on Raw, it's like, is this the same feud?
Does Roman care? I'm not sure Roman gives a fuck. I think he might have stopped giving a fuck a year ago. I don't know. I'm mad at it. Why?
I think we had another conversation about this as well. Where I don't know if it was with you or someone else, but I think it was with you. Where we was like, Roman's on that Hulk Hogan Starrcade '97.
Oh yeah. Show up every 2 months. Do a couple. You might
do a tag match here. Do a tag match here. You know, he could have called Draymond Green to do the tag matches. You know, Hogan did that with Dennis Rodman. You know.
That nigga ain't working. So.
Imagine Draymond joining the Bloodline.
Oh. Drop off from fucking Dennis Rodman to Draymond. Jesus. Charisma vacuum. Jesus.
Big Man Dog says, as a WWE fan, I want Seth to go to AEW, but as an AEW fan, I want Steph to stay in WWE. I love that. Holy shit.
Jesus.
That might have been Big Man Dogs always comes with the funny ass comments. That was one of the best ones right there.
Respectful. Not a Seth fan at all. Jesus.
I think that I like I said, I've said this before. We've talked about it. Where I said if Seth came to AEW, that's his only chance to ever be a number one of any company. I don't think he ever is going to be number one in WWE. It's just never going to happen.
I was going to say I don't think
he came up in the same time as Roman Reigns. Like,
well, fucking Cody's about to be the guy. Cody's not talented on the level of previous number one guys. Can we agree with that? He's not Austin. He's not Rock. He's not Hogan. He's not Cena. He's not Roman. Like, no disrespect. I come to this conclusion, by the way. You tell me if you agree. We'll get to AEW eventually. That to be the number one guy, you gotta have 2 out of 3 things. And I was talking about like top tier, 2 out of 3 things. Mic work, charisma, and the look. You gotta have 2 out of 3. Hogan's got charisma and the look. I'm sorry, his mic work is terrible. I don't care what anybody says. I'll come to this conclusion. He's not a very good player.
It's never been good. It's never been good.
Thank you.
And there's been guys. It's been guys that have all 3 along with the wrestling, and they haven't.
We don't care about the wrestling.
They've never been the number one guy.
Yeah, but to get it, you gotta have one of those 2 of those 3. Rock has fucking promo and charisma. Same thing with Austin. Roman has the look and charisma, and mic work is fucking picked up before this year. Yeah. Picked up tremendously. Cody doesn't have any of these things to that level. No disrespect. He's not that. He's not Rock. I think it's charisma. He's not the Rock charisma. He's not Hogan charisma. He's not
his
Cena
promo
charisma.
work.
His promo work is not the Rock's. Stop it. It's not the Rock's promo work. It's not Austin's promo work. Stop it. Knock it off. Sorry, he's a B+ guy across the board. Good job.
I think that Cody is a much better babyface promo than you're giving him credit for. And that's it's a rare art to be a babyface promo in 2024. Yeah.
He's an Edge, he's a Triple H, he's a Randy Orton. No disrespect.
Wow. So you're saying you're saying that people talking about this WrestleMania on the same level as crowning like the new number one guy. People are saying like this is on the level of WrestleMania 14. The next top babyface is being crowned. Yes, there are people that have made that comparison, and you're saying that it's in retrospect it's gonna be more like WrestleMania 18 and Triple H winning the undisputed championship.
WrestleMania 18, WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania. I'm sorry. No disrespect. You can be the guy for a while. We'll give you 6 months before fucking.
And this was my whole thing from like
Rock.
2 years ago when Cody came back and people was like, "Oh, he should be the guy to beat Roman," and I was like, "But he's not the next guy." I was like, my argument 2 years ago was Braun Breaker should be the one to beat Roman Reigns because I feel like that's the guy they were grooming, and they have been grooming him. They have been grooming him for that spot, and he's got the look, and he's got the Goldberg charisma to him, which is a high level of not talking charisma.
Yes, listen, I don't see a guy right now on that level at the very least. Cody might be the best we can do right now. Nothing wrong with it.
But he's the bridge guy. He's not the guy. You think he's the bridge guy, not the guy.
Bridge guy, yes. He's your Chris Benoit.
He's Bret Hart.
Oof, yeah. Love Bret.
I love Bret too, but he wasn't the guy. Like that's why when you talk about like that's why I said like if they're gonna make this a crazy run-in fest for WrestleMania, they need to have every generation. If they really want to make this illusion that Cody is the next guy, have every generation of top guy in WWE involved in this. Like you have Hogan in Philly for WrestleMania weekend, he does a run-in. They already teased Austin and Cena involved. Rock's already involved. Roman's already involved. That is literally like the last 40 years of top guys, not including Bruno Sammartino. That's literally every, not including Bruno Sammartino, that WWE has ever got can be involved in this one matchup.
That'd be pretty cool. It's a cool visual.
It would.
And listen, I say all this to say they could make fucking Cody the guy. He just won't be very good at it. No disrespect. No disrespect.
You for the Cody fan.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Like, no disrespect. Great. Great.
Highly disrespected him. No disrespect.
You think so? You need Randy Orton. You need Edge. You need Triple H. You need these guys. Do you not?
Yes.
Just saying. As long as it's not the guy. Things are great.
Things are going great. You're a bridge guy. You're the guy before we get to the guy, but you're not the guy. Basically, that's what he's saying. Basically what you're warning people is that don't be surprised if Roman gets back this title so we can get into the next guy.
Yes. Well, they put it on fucking. They put it on The Rock at SummerSlam. I don't know. He fucking goes and does a movie. I don't know. Whatever. Just be ready. Sorry. But he's so sweet. He does fucking weddings and kisses baby. I don't give a fuck. I can do anything.
We got a super chat donation here from Will Chisholm. Super Chisholm, thank you so much, Will. He says, I'm sorry, Roman and Seth are tap dancing, for that fourth spot because Cody and The Rock are the clear 1 and 2. Swerve New Deal is coming with money and the non-black woman he can have. What?
What was I say?
Cody's new deal is coming with money and all the black women he can have. I think that's what he was trying to say.
Shit. What was I gonna say? First of all, hilarious. Secondly, what Cody does have in spades is he really, really knows what he's doing. When The Rock came out on Raw, the way Cody stood, he just stands like this is a production of the highest order. He's really good at that. What an entrance, by the way. It's the greatest entrance ever.
Oh my God, it's so good. Final boss. Best character in professional wrestling.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I'm sorry. He just is. Like,
he isn't. What is a character? He's an asshole? It's not a character.
Yes, the final boss. The final boss. That's what he is. We do have a bit of some breaking news from PW Insider. They had an update on MJF, Maxwell Jacob Freeman. And PW Insider reports that MJF is still working to recover from his multiple injuries. While he is not listed on the AEW roster, the belief is he remains locked into a deal with the company. The day after AEW Big Business, MJF was in Boston to meet with AEW officials, but there is no word yet on when he will be returning to the ring.
I miss him, Jeff.
I do too.
Objectively so. I don't know what I want him to do when he comes back. I do not want him to do. I want him to interfere and save Wardlow from a Undisputed Kingdom beating.
Yo, that would be so. I'm sorry. I've like ever since that came up. I think it came up last week with us. I was like, yeah, I want this. I want this match now because, and especially with what we saw from the Undisputed Kingdom on this show, and there was conspicuous by his absence. He did not help. like Adam Cole wanted him to last week. I feel like we may be getting closer, and hearing this news that he met with them just a couple of weeks ago means that. That was a meeting to work out when he's going to come back.
Yeah. All right. Listen, I'm here for it. AEW is missing something as far as I'm concerned. I don't know what it is. Maybe some Jeff.
Maybe. King Potato says The Rock heated this story all the way up by himself. He fucked up the story and made up for it tenfold.
Agreed. Like, what the fuck? Thought he ruined it. He made it better somehow. Good job.
He's like, hold on. I got this. And you know, Cody had been wanting to do blood for so long, and probably asked Vince, probably asked Triple H, and they both said no. And I have a good feeling he went to The Rock to do that angle on Monday, and The Rock didn't even probably ask Triple H. He was like, "We're doing blood tonight." Like final boss.
I want to get some blood. Oh my god, you guys stop. Is anybody gonna tell The Rock he has no actual power, or you just let him do it because he's gigantic?
He's gigantic. Final boss. King Potato says this feud has made it feel like Cody versus Rock at Mania instead of Cody versus Roman. And I'm not gonna lie, Cody versus Rock sounds so much better at this point. Yes. I feel like that's the main event for 41.
Oh my god, he won't let this go. Add this to the list. His 3 WrestleMania main events he won't let go. This is not happening. Oh my god. 80-year-old Rock having a singles match. Stop it. It's not happening.
Signing off. Your law gamer.
Cody versus Rock will be at SummerSlam.
It's not. He's at WrestleMania.
Rock's gonna take the belt.
This nigga's not wrestling at no SummerSlams. He's only wrestling the Rumble. He's wrestling Saudi Arabia. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah, he was a bigger star than too. Sorry, Rock. It's been a rough go, but no disrespect. Yeah, Rock's gonna take Cody's belt, and then we're gonna do Rock and Roman. Sorry, we're done with Cody. That was fun. Beat it.
We got another.
You're welcome for the money.
We got another super chat donation, a super chism, if you will, from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. We appreciate you.
You fucking mark.
Will says, SP3, we know why Roman not trying. He dropping the title. And he's like, I got y'all. The Rock may fry, but I'm not. Yeah, The Rock may try, but I'm not. I think it is that he knows that he's dropping the title because he wasn't supposed to.
Oh, you think he's pouting? You think Roman is pouting? He doesn't seem like the pouting type.
I don't think he is, but we had been told all this time that the Roman and Heyman will determine when Roman loses the title. And what it looked like WWE was trying to do was do Rock versus Roman. We all know the result of that would have been Roman Reigns retains. So he would have retained the title coming out of WrestleMania, but the fans' reaction dictated a change. Rock has seemed seamlessly in, okay, we're going to change. We're going to go this direction. I'm a heel. Okay, let's do it. Roman, ever since the change has happened, that's when I feel like that's the point where we saw, oh, Roman stopped caring. Like he went from, I'm going to take my foot off the gas till I'm just gonna let the car drive itself. That's where it went. That's where it went when the pivot happened.
I'm about to say, because after the pivot, Roman, I thought he did the opposite. He started going off. He was shitting on Seth really hard. He was shitting on Cody. He was shitting. He was staying over there with the losers. Like, it's a wild thing to say. He was like, all right.
He brought it. It felt like he brought it for the kickoff show, but he hasn't brought it since.
I got that off my chest, and now ride this thing out. Take this big ass paycheck and go home. Yeah, okay. You know what? I could be sold on that because Roman beating Rock was kind of an obvious thing. I mean, to most, Rock wouldn't try to win, but it's all right. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Listen, he deserves a vacation. It's a wild thing to say. He deserves a vacation.
He's been off for like a year. He deserves a vacation. He's been here for a week.
I mean, go away, officially recharge your batteries for 6 months, and then you come back. This spot will be here. Trust me. Cody's not taking it. Sorry. You don't have to worry. This is the Shawn Michaels in Austin. Your spot will be here when you get back.
But this is one thing I don't like. Alexander, a lot of people have been on this saying everyone more excited for Drew versus Punk or Cody versus Rock. None of these matches are happening at Mania. Rock and Cody is happening at WrestleMania. It's just happening with 2 other people involved, but it is happening. I need people to stop acting like Rock and Cody are not wrestling. Like Drew and Punk are not wrestling. We know that for sure. But Rock and Cody are wrestling. They are building to a match where they will be wrestling each other. Let's not acting like that's not happening.
That's very true. Yes. And I expect Rock to do, I won't say most of the work. That's too much. But he will carry his bit of the weight in that match.
Yeah.
I have Rock pinning Cody, by the way.
Me too. I said that on Tuesday. Yeah. I was like, the right result is Rock pins Cody night 1. Makes Mama cry, gives her the belt, where she cries on Jesus the belt with the blood.
Oh my God! What the fuck is this?
That's
Who's
how you end
this?
night
Scorsese?
1. That's how you end night 1, and then night 2, Cody wins, finishes the story. You do 1001 run-ins. You do Austin coming out as the last run-in, where he gives the steel chair shot to Rock, like Mankind, winning at January 4th, 1999. Steel chair shot to Roman. Cody wins. You get
wait. There's nothing in between steel chair shot and Cody wins?
No. That's a near fall.
Okay,
That's a near fall on Roman. Roman's going to kick out. It's going to be Cody 3 Crossroads for the win. After all the run-ins are done, the smoke is clear. It comes down to Cody and Roman. He hits the 3 Crossroads. He wins. You get the passing of the torch. All the test faces of the company. Cody's been crowned, and he hands the title to his mom to end the show.
Oh, and then the crowd turns on the next night because that's how wrestling fans are. God, we won it. Now we're done. What was I say? Yes, and now with that result,
you have Randy Orton turn on him the next night on Raw after WrestleMania.
I was gonna think about that, but that's too much like Brock doing it last year, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Fuck it. Nobody remembers that. Anyway. Brock doesn't exist.
Fuck it. They could be like, oh, that's 2 years in a row. Cody has been betrayed. 2 years in a row.
Listen, then at that point, Cody's the champion. Rock has beaten Cody. Roman lost to Cody. You got all that Rock Roman beef. Awesome.
And then on the SmackDown after WrestleMania, Rock sends the hit. Rock's not there, but he sends the hit for Solo to take out Roman.
Oh my God. Talk to the ancestors.
Absolutely. They talk to the elders. All you see is Rock via satellite on the screen, and he just no words. He just nods, and then Solo.
I hope it's brutal too. You got to do it brutal.
Yeah. He needs to destroy him. He needs to destroy.
Yes.
Him. We're like that's what I said. 41, Rock and Cody, and then you set up Roman and Solo.
We set up Roman and Solo. What? Roman Rock 2 years.
Roman's getting him at 42. Absolutely.
Jesus fucking Christ.
A lot of people agreeing and not agreeing with you about Cody in this chat. We had Louis. He says Rock's about to be the guy. We got King Potato. He says Seth is an absolute donkey on the mic.
Jesus.
Ken, who says to your definition, Jimmy, Cody has promo and charisma. I agree.
Just not to that A+ level. Not to A+ level. No.
I don't think he has the look. He's too small. He's bulked
I mean, yeah,
up,
for a look,
but he's too small in comparison to those other top guys. If we stood Cody next to John Cena,
yes.
if we like the only one that's comparable to him as far as like size is Austin.
Yes, and Austin has the other two in fucking spades. That's what I'm saying. Okay, if we give Austin and Rock A+ for charisma and mic work, what would you give Cody on that scale?
Charisma, I would give him charisma. I would give him an A-. Promos.
What would you give him? Okay. Okay, right. That's only one of three. Not enough. I said need 2 or 3. They're not 2 or 3. Okay. Them's the rules. I set up in the beginning. Long gamer. I set up at the beginning.
Long gamer. Undeserved for the second one, apparently. Jeff Valley Driver says, speaking on Seth, it's too late for him to be the guy in AEW.
Stop it.
I mean, with Will Osprey there, I don't
Oh, would you guys stop it? Seth Rollins shows up, he gets a 1.2. All of a sudden, you guys change your mind. Stop it.
Jeff Valley Driver says they got better people already. He says he also disagrees with Jimmy. Cody is 100% the guy.
You probably thought that after WrestleMania 22. It's a new era. Benoit Eddie Guerrero. Yes. The work rate era. Stop it. Oh.
You're so mean. You're just so mean. All right, finally, let's get into actual Dynamite last night from Quebec City,
Right.
Quebec. What did you think about the crowd last night in Quebec City?
I meant 1.2 for his promo, not overall. That's never happening. That might never get a 1.2 again. Sorry. You smile, but you don't disagree. I know you don't.
No. I think that Mercedes arrival has shown that 800,000 is the AEW fan base.
It's the cap. Yeah, it is what it is. Should post punk cap. It's fine. It's fine. Like you said, they should be happy with the alternative instead of trying to be a fucking facsimile of the WWE.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that word.
And this was like the opposite of Monday's show, which was promo and angle heavy. This had no promos and angles on it.
None. No, not a single angle. A couple promos. They were awful. Crowd. Right. Crowd was awful.
I agree.
Awful.
Started off the show with Will Osprey. He goes one-on-one with Kazuchika Shibata, trying to prove that he can do anything Bryan Danielson can do, but better in this one. Shibata trying to prove that he is back, and they had a matchup. They showed highlights from their previous bout 7 years ago in New Japan Pro Wrestling from the New Beginning in Osaka, where Shibata beat Osprey. Both men started off with some ground and mat work early, as each man was showcasing a series of counters until Osprey dodged a PK into a little bit of a stalemate. Osprey exploded out of the corner with a shotgun drop kick. He fired up some elbows and forearms to Shibata, and then hit the stalling corner drop kick, a signature of Shibata's playbook. Shibata bailed to the floor, but he was met with Osprey hitting a slingshot dive. Osprey took way too long to go back into the ring and ate a big running boot to the outside by Shibata. They started trading strikes until Shibata flattened Osprey with the suplex on the floor. Back inside, Shibata started zoning in on the leg. He started putting him into the corner with some strikes, and then hit his own corner drop kick very hard right into Osprey's face. We get Osprey with the pip cheerio, connects for a 2 count. He then tries for some Kawada kicks, but they only woke up Shibata, who started no-selling them and got one big shot in on Osprey, dropping him. Shibata couldn't keep Osprey down in the corner, though. He started hitting some Tenryu-style chops and jabs. Then he hit an underhook throw, and then he got into an abdominal stress, transition to an octopus hold. Osprey was able to get to the ropes. We got some German suplex. We got some STS. We got more strike exchanges, hard hitting strikes, hard hitting action throughout this one. Osprey hit a big springboard drop kick. Then he hit the Os cutter with Shibata kicking out at 1. Then Shibata hit a big lariat with Osprey kicking out at 1. Osprey hit a big hook kick, only for Shibata to respond with a backdrop suplex, and then Osprey responded with a wild forearm for a 2 count. Osprey then connected with a Storm Driver 93 as Shibata sat up, showing his fighting spirit. Osprey laid him out with the hidden blade for the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory in this one. Great opener to the show, in my opinion. Both men showing respect afterwards in the post-match here. What did you think about Osprey and Shibata's opener here?
Good match. I'll start there. Good match. Should I end it there? I feel like I should without getting rude. Good match.
You want to get rude? Go ahead, be rude.
Good match. So let me get this, make sure I understand this correctly. It took him 20 minutes to beat the Ring of Honor TV champion. And it took him however fucking long this match was. How long was it? I know the clock is at 8:20 something. 19. Sir, what the fuck are we doing? I know you keep saying it doesn't hurt Osprey, but you know who it does hurt for me? Takeshita. You're just as good as these two bums. It wasn't even impressive what you did the pay-per-view because you're just as good as these two bums are. Good job.
Hey, Takeshita, it took him 25 minutes to beat.
Oh. Can you imagine if he did this in 10 and he did the other one against Dummy Fletcher in 10?
Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, the Fletcher match should have been much shorter. Should have been much shorter. I think this match could have been much shorter, but I like what they gave us here. I thought it was a great matchup to start off the show. I thought Shibata once again felt like the Shibata of old, and a lot has changed in the last. I love the storytelling of a lot has changed between both guys. You know, Osprey's a much better all around performer in the ring, and then Shibata has a totally different style because of the brain surgery that this motherfucker had to get.
Jesus. I fucking love. All right. Yeah. Good job, Osprey. 19 minutes to be the former Ring of Honor Pure Champion. Good job.
Wow, you remembered he was Pure Champion. I have to give you credit for that. I didn't expect you to remember that shit.
How could I forget that illustrious championship?
Well, we got Ken Lewis. He says, SP3, you're slightly wrong. The pivot with Roman started when some random lady on SmackDown said you need a room full of fingers to show bitch ass.
That shit was wild. She just said she's so casual about the shit. Was she mic'd up? And she felt so wild.
Yo, it didn't feel like she was mic'd up. It felt way too loud. Way too loud. I will say, Annika, yeah, Cody does put in way too many dramatic pauses into his promos.
Ironically, like two of the other guys I mentioned. Sorry. I love both of them. Triple H and Randy Orton think what they're saying is way more important than it actually is. Get to the fucking point, please.
Yes.
I'm like a diamond.
Like The Rock, he has pauses, but it's literally for cheering and chants.
Yes. Yes, he will stop. He will take up all the time he wants. And it's not a new thing, by the way. He's always decided that what he was saying was way more important than anything else on the show.
Yes. Yes. I don't care what's next. Oh, woman segment? God, I don't care. ALW says Cody is not even the best promo in his family. Cody is about a B in charisma and a B- in promo. I mean, Dusty is an A+ for sure.
In both of those, yes. I think Dustin's a better promo.
Maybe. If it wasn't for his latest bit of AEW promos, I would be like 100% right. But man, it's like every promo is worse than the last.
Yeah, let it go. It's over.
We got here. Yeah, what are you talking about, King Potato? No stories. He says Dynasty is shaping up to just be a AEW pay-per-view, no stories at all. That is actually false. But this is actually true, and I've said this before, and I said this to you. That's what I think is the general problem and why we get people who nonsensically say they don't have any stories, because there's no overall structure to AEW. There's nothing connecting Revolution to Dynasty. There's nothing connecting Dynasty to Double or Nothing. There's nothing connecting any of these pay-per-views together, and that's a lack of structure. They do have stories. They are telling stories. Whether you think the stories are good or not, that's different from not having stories at all.
You bring up the structure on a macro level. Bring it up on a micro level. They don't have any structure on this fucking show. It's like, all right, this is the Osprey portion of the show. All right, next we'll be going to the Young Bucks portion of the show. It's like, what? That's not how a show's supposed to go, sir. It's not Saturday Night Live. Jesus fucking Christ. Watch your Ozark. Well, this is the Marty portion, and then this is the Wendy portion. What? Oh,
yeah. There you go, King Potato. That's a better way of saying it. He said I spoke out of turn about no stories. I mean, there's no stories for me to actually care about to watch week to week, and that's a fair criticism. That's a lot different. And I feel like if more people express that more, maybe there wouldn't be like the back and forth between it, because that is a valid criticism that the stories that they are telling are not getting people engaged.
You might stop, but a whole bunch of people fucking wouldn't at all. They fucking love everything Tony Khan does. I don't know why. It's so weird. Ugh. He's not powerful enough for a cult. Like, I get why Vince had a cult in more ways than one. How does Tony Khan have a cult?
We got Ace who he thought the match was really good. We got Big Man Dawes. He says the length of a match is part of an in-ring storytelling. It shows the power differential between the wrestlers. Thank Man Dawes says Osprey technically did beat Shibata 10 seconds faster than Brian. Great job. Yo, this is why I love Big Man Dawes being in our chat, because this nigga be dropping the facts. I was wondering, I was gonna look it up live on here to see what was the difference, because we did talk about that last week. That should have been the whole story of this matchup. It should have worked like a beat the clock challenge, like in a lot of ways.
Osprey should have been whooping him, getting more frustrated. His cocks keep kicking out, trying to prove a point here. And then there should have been a ridiculous sense of urgency at the end for Osprey. Like, oh, that's why he does, like, and it would have worked with what they did in the matchup. That's why he did the storm drive. Like, he did it to a guy who had brain surgery, and it didn't feel as impactful as it could have been if he did it as like a sense of urgency, because he had to finish him before Brian beat him. Would have worked. That's not how stories work. Instead, it felt like it was an accident.
Yeah.
If I told you it was 10 seconds more, you'd be like, oh, that sounds right too.
We got a super chat donation once again, this time from Alexander. Thank you so much, Alexander. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Alexander says, have you noticed they've been having more video packages? TK listening to Ice Cube Jr. They have been having more video packages.
Why can't we admit Ice Cube Jr. was right? You don't have to like his stupid movies or his stupid takes. He was right. He was right. I got your back, sir.
Look at that. Ken Lewis got your back. Jimmy is right. And we got another super chat donation. Thank you so much from Will Chisholm, a super Chisholm.
They go on Twitter. I don't see how this is going to work. This is absolutely ridiculous, Sid.
Will says, Vince, though, babyface Orton was good, but now we can't have heel Randy because fans know he had a bad back. So he gets the "We love you" pop with the most dangerous letters in WWE. RKO.
Oh, it's so fucking heinous.
It's
with the
so
three
bad.
most dangerous. Let's shut the fuck
I don't like Randy Orton might be like the guy that I think is like the highest up the card that has the worst promo skills. Like I never listened to a Randy Orton promo and be like, well, man, that's one of his best promos ever. I don't think I've ever said that. I don't think I've ever said that. Right. Like with Triple H, his stuff with Undertaker in like the early 2010s when they both did those comeback, the promo work going into 27, the promo work going into 28, that was some of the best work of his career. If you're looking for more heel Triple H, you can go to 2000, but he was very grating back then. More, I would say Triple H in the build up to WrestleMania 30 is like his peak on the mic as a heel, like the Mark promo, me and my friend Mark, and all that stuff. He was great. That's peak Triple H on the mic. And I compare Triple H and Randy Orton a lot, but I would say I've never said that about Randy Orton. I don't know where Randy Orton's peak is as a babyface promo. I think he's god awful as a babyface promo. I think he's like a D as a babyface promo. As a heel promo, I think he's a C+ at best.
Oh shit! Well, if that was the case, we can never hear Triple H again. That's wild. It's very disrespectful on our part. A D and a C plus is wild. What? I don't know if I disagree though.
That might have been the best response to anything I've ever said.
I don't know if I just. Sorry, Randy. I'm trying to defend you, but let's say I thought his best stuff was when he was ball headed and didn't talk much.
The 2009, but those promos were awful. They were not good. I have IED. It's something going on in my brain, and I was like, "What?"
So every time I watch,
I'm here. I'm going to start a legacy. Like that's all.
Oh, I can't believe we're shitting on Randy Orton. That's a goddamn shame. I don't mind because we replaced LA Knight for this shit.
They really do, though. Oh man. Oh, we got Big Man Dog says Ice Cube Jr. Booker of the Year. Driver Finisher says the 3 most established letters in sports entertainment. The RKO. Brooklyn Bleak says Randy knew he sucked at talking, so he came up with that persona to cover it up.
He's actually not bad in like smaller segments. Like when he was talking to Theory and is that Grace Waller? I thought that was fine. Just real quick, in and out, 30 seconds, time to go.
Yeah, Annika, like the 2014, she's saying when he was turning on Seth and the Authority, that was good because he had been heel for a while and his heel character had become stale in the Authority. That was good, but do you really remember those promos? Like CM Punk randomly name dropped his Rock promo because his arms are too short to box with Khan, because that's an iconic promo in his career. CM Punk, pipe bomb, iconic promo in his career. Guys that aren't promo guys, Scott Steiner math. Like there's guys that are I would say as good or worse than Randy on promos that have a signature promo. Randy does not.
Sorry, sir.
It's like,
love you, Randy.
Like y'all can say, "Oh, I like this one, I like that one," but you can't tell me of Randy Orton promo. You can't. You just can't. Oh, I like this promo work around this feud. I like this promo work around this feud. What did he say?
Oh, Jesus.
Give me what I want. Huh?
Give me what I want.
Even Batista, Batista, give me what I want. Like, Dave, all of Dave's work in the feud with Cena in 2010. The Spotlight promos against Undertaker and the Rey Mysterio heel turn. It's all your fault. Like, no, like Batista is a better promo than him. Let's be real. Like Dave proved that in his heel turn in 2009 and 10. He's better on the mic than Orton. Sorry, it wasn't like that 5 years before that, but it isn't. It like in retrospect, 15 years later, yeah, Batista's a better promo than Randy Orton.
Jesus, this is so fucking rough.
I don't even know how we got here, but this is a hill I am willing to die on. No one's gonna argue me off of it. Video package for the career of Bryan Daniels is shown, highlighting his time in Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling with Excalibur, talking about his career, his background, how his career ended for 3 years, and after making a miraculous comeback, his debut in AEW was shown, and we get the promo from Bryan where he says the final year of his career will be the greatest of his career, and that continues with Will Osprey at Dynasty. What did you think about this video package here? It made me reminisce to the times when we first discovered Bryan, seeing all those pictures with him with the Ring of Honor
Young Bryan
title. Yeah,
so much fun to watch. He's still fun to watch, but this is a consequence of being too selfless. I don't look forward to this. I look forward to this match, but like not as much as I would if I wasn't sure who's going to win.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, I really wish that they would have been like it. Honestly, in retrospect, I mean, it did solidify the title reign for him. But if he's gonna verse Will Osprey the next month, he probably shouldn't be versing Eddie Kingston at the pay-per-view before this, and he should probably be beating somebody. So then it is a little bit more of a doubt. If he's coming off a loss at the last pay-per-view, there's not a much doubt that Osprey should be winning this matchup, and who's gonna win this matchup.
I can't even suggest that you have Brian win this. You really had him beat Brian, Eddie, and then fucking he loses a month like
2 or 3 weeks later.
I know quite a few of you come around to the fact that Tony Khan isn't very good.
Yo, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Annika.
Get off.
That might have been one of your best comments ever. She's like, hey, the hill, I'm getting off.
Yeah, but like
bumps to the hill with guns. And like, I was just leaving.
Yeah, take the book away from Brian. Sorry. You can't book yourself. Sorry.
I agree.
Well, to be fair, he became a big Hollywood actor for being gigantic. No offense.
Yeah.
He became a good actor later. It didn't happen right away. No offense.
We got another super chat donation, a super Chisholm from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. We appreciate
I'm serious.
it.
I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
He says, to be fair to Randy, he was too busy pill popping to be being spoiled to care about his promo work, but he was still good in ring, but he could have been White Okada.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Like there's no arguing with that. You're like, yeah, he could have been. He could have the legacy of like Okada, but in the U.S., but he just never cared.
He didn't care about this stuff. I mean, to be fair, what should he? My picture looks exactly the same. It looks exactly the same.
Is Brian the first guy who buried himself? No, because we brought him up earlier. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Oh,
that nigga booked himself to lose all the time.
Did he book himself into
to fake win? Or to fake win. He booked himself to fake win all the time.
I think Brian booked himself into irrelevance.
I wouldn't go that far. I think he still is considered the greatest of all time, and I don't think that he's taking.
Oh, I'm not talking about.
I don't think he's taking any damaging losses.
You mean to his legacy? No, but so motherfuckers want to see him right now? I don't. Sorry.
Wow. Don't. Okay. We got here. King Potato says, I mean, it took The Rock longer to be a decent actor. Decades, I'd say.
Yes, Batista's better actor than Rock. We can all agree on that. I hope.
John Cena's a better actor than The Rock.
Agreed.
Ken Lewis saying White Okada is hilarious. It's like the inverse of what we've been saying about Japanese Orton. Valid Jerry Finisher says Danielson should beat Nigel in a squash match, and Osprey beat up Nigel in shorter time. Anything to get Nigel.
Jesus. No, you got to keep that voice intact.
If they are really going to do the Wembley matchup, I want to see how they set it up. I'm interested in how they're going to set that up. If he's
Nigel and Dragon?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
how. I've never seen it. Like, we've seen multiple times wrestler versus announcer, but I've never seen heel. We've seen it, but with Michael Cole, like heel announcer versus like wrestler, like the heel announcer getting heat and versus the wrestler. But it's gonna be weird in AEW. We've never seen it in AEW.
My guess, if you may put money on it, is that they just announce it. Just announce it, Nigel's coming back. Fight Dragon.
Or it'd be like Dragon challenges him. Like, oh, I've got to have a big match at Wembley Stadium, but there's only one person I would want to face, and it's the person who's been talking shit about me for the past 2 years.
I'm not going to fight you, Brittle Brian.
Yeah, it should be like that. It should be like he doesn't want to come out every time. I just want to keep talking shit. We got backstage. Renee Paquette is interviewing Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the Young Bucks, who said it was an ambush, talking about Private Party beating them on the second episode of Dynamite in the AEW World Tag Team Title Tournament. Matthew said they returned to AEW to do certain things. First, retire Sting, which they did that. Then restructure the Elite by making some room and bringing in Kazuchika Okada. But most importantly, it's getting back their AEW World Tag Team titles. The only way to right a wrong is by beating Private Party tonight. And Matthew says that Paquette was doing a great job, but she should smile more. And yeah, where's Alex Marvez? We want him for the interview next time. And then before we get to the next matchup, we saw in his red Ferrari, Kazuchika Okada arrive at the building. I am pretty sure he was not on the show, and they probably taped this last week.
Be my guess. What was I going to say? Second was fine. This was the best Nick Jackson's been throughout. It still wasn't great. It was the best Nick's been. I was going to say, question. The last time they met, Private Party and the Bucks, was in a Battle Royal, right?
I think so.
Let's say, I remember them fighting again, because I remember the stupid line thrown out.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. But yeah, this was fine. I didn't hate it. I thought the Renee stuff is easy, and I like it, I gotta be honest. Smile more is wild. It's just fun.
Yeah. Nicholas saying that she's not even that attractive. So next we get Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. I love their entrance, by the way. And then they are facing Zay and Quinn of Private Party. We get the highlight of what went down back in 2019 to start, and we even get a call back during the matchup. But this was your usual fast pace, agility of both teams on display, the athleticism of both teams on display. But the Young Bucks were much more subdued in their offense. But boy, oh boy, did Nick Jackson say, "I'm gonna work in this matchup." He busted out that Falcon Arrow. Oh my God. That Falcon Arrow, the way Quinn's body hit the mat, that shit sounded horrible. That was sick. Quinn took another nasty bump when he went for a 630 later in the matchup and missed it completely and flat back bump right on the mat. But Private Party was able to make their comeback using their speed and athleticism against the Young Bucks, keeping them on their back foot. I like that the Young Bucks have adapted their style to their new act, where they work a little bit more of a slower kind of big man style before they can throw in a little bit of their old offense. Their old offense got cut off as they went for more bang for their buck, and it got reversed into the same way that Private Party beat them back in 2019, but they were able to kick out after a distraction of the referee. It was Matthew Jackson who hit a big old low blow on Zay. They then got Quinn after working over his back the entire matchup. They hit a big they were going to hit the big EVP trigger to the bad back, but unfortunately Nicholas Jackson tripped and fell, so we only got half a BTE trigger, but that was enough. That was enough for them to pick up the victory in this one. I thought it was a really fun tag team matchup up until that final moment with the botch at the end, but I like the Young Bucks picking up the victory here to advance in the AEW World Tag Team Title Tournament. They face the winner of our second quarterfinal matchup on the show. What did you think about this one?
Match was fine. This was hurt by the fact that you know who's going to win. Sorry, this tournament is heinous. It's just so plainly obvious. I'm pretty sure all of us called Bucks versus FTR when it started, right?
Yep.
Before it was even announced who the fucking brackets were, we called who it was going to be, right?
Yep.
Whatever.
I think I've also predicted all the upsets as well. I said Infantry was going to be House of Black, and we're going to get one more upset on Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Top Flight's beating Ricky and Bill.
All right, we're still in the Ricky Starks punishment tour. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
For what? What? What's his contract up? Do you know?
I'm hoping that there's a story coming out of it, and they finally do what we said after they lost the tag team titles of do Bill versus Ricky.
That'd be fun. That's not fucking happening. Yeah, this is what it was. This was fine. At this point, the show is all right. We haven't gone downhill yet. The show is still all right. Nick Jackson fell. I forgive Nick Jackson falling. If it was Matt, I'd rip him to asshole. But Nick,
I know you would.
He's got a lot of wear and tear on his body. Can't this bum for 20 years? Give him a break.
What? Now this?
These things happen. These things happen. Mistakes happen. It's not for a lack of talent, obviously. Yeah, this was fine. I thought wait a minute. Didn't not Top Flight. Didn't the other Negroes Private Party, didn't they turn heel? Am I misremembering something?
They cheated. I know they cheated to beat Top Flight when they were feuding with them when they first came back, but they've been more leaning towards babyface since they came back.
Sure.
I still love their theme song. Shots.
It is great.
And then their ridiculous dancing while doing it during the.
It is so over the top.
It's so over the top and hilarious. I love it.
Yes.
Defeat my enemies. We got King Potato who says, "Why do I feel like the Bucks are trying to make Okada their version of Cody? Because the presentation thus far feels as such, and it's absolutely hilarious." They're making him their corporate Rock. They're Vince and Shane, and he's corporate Rock.
God, Jesus fucking Christ, downgrade. I'm not mad at it. Okada's fun in this role for me. I don't know about the others too, but this is fun.
Guy says the Bucks are gonna be hilarious about the botch now. Yeah, they're probably gonna. Nicholas gonna probably be like, "I did that on purpose." It's a stutter step. A stutter step. Yes, the tournament is way too predictable. Jimmy is right about that. Annika says this tournament hasn't been that good. I mean, it just started. I can't judge if it's been that good or not. It's just very, very predictable. I think that's an accurate description of it. Big Man Dog says AEW has way too many matches where the results are obvious. Logical to a fault. You need some nonsense thrown in there so that people are actually watching to find out what's going to happen.
Agreed. Or don't have the fucking match. I would say the logic happens when the match is made. To me, the logic happens before the match, where they go, well, we can't have Hangman lose, and we can't have Wardlow lose in this Battle Royal, and we can't have this guy lose, so they're just not in it. Oh, well, there you go. Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. We got Will Chisholm, the Super Chisholm donation. Thank you so much, Will. We appreciate it as always.
Weapon in hand, too. And Blackpool Combat Club, they better wear out Kenny as long as they can. With Hangman's going to come out here.
Oh, Steve Austin.
Will Chisholm says they told FTR, you're going to put over the Bucks one way or another. Hey, you made us wait 6 months. We going to get it done.
You knew they were going to get that. Weasel their way into that shit. By the way, also, I'm rather critical of Jon Moxley. I saw people giving him a hard time about losing in that BJJ tournament. Would you guys stop it? First of all, it's a tournament. Oh, you didn't see it?
What? Who? Moxley?
Moxley. He lost in the BJJ tournament, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament.
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah.
That's where he's been off doing?
I don't know. I don't know what he's off doing. Yeah, yes. I'm sorry. The guys who do this for a living and not a hobby. Did it shock me? No. He should not be getting a hard time for it. Man's went out there, tried something. Yes. Good luck to you. He was breaking his balls. He was saying he should get fired. This was fucking, I forgot what he said it was. This was, who's the guy they used? It's not important. They were saying if there's another promoter, they would have fired him for embarrassing wrestling in public. Would you stop it?
Oh, God.
Knock it off. Knock it off.
Annika, they've only had one match on Rampage. This is when you need to get off that hill again, girl. You know That wasn't even include the matches they had on Rampage with Best Friends wasn't even in the tournament. They had one match on Rampage, the Best Friends. That's it.
I'm with you, Annika. If it was mid, then
I know
the
you're with
tournament's
her.
mid.
You know you're with her.
If it was mid, then the tournament's mid. You're one of one for mid. You're one of one for mid.
But she said
right?
matches.
As many matches as you can have. One. Mid.
You know, she didn't say as many matches
Mid.
as you can have. She said the matches they had on Rampage. They had one match. That's incorrect. We got Power Driver finisher. He said he lost in a real sport. He's no longer main event material. There you go. He spelled himself and is all of BCC burying themselves.
That's pretty funny. But let's say
it's fucking awful. You guys are awful.
I wouldn't expect him to win anyway.
Neither.
We're having this conversation about fucking Punk. I've never heard of this fucking. I never heard of Mickey Gall, so Punk's gonna win. You've never heard of him? So that means he hasn't fought his entire fucking life, you idiot. Oh, well.
We got a video package hyping up tonight's main event with Don Callis talking about Konosuke Takeshita and why he's going to burn down Swerve's house and win tonight to become the #1 contender. Any thoughts?
Good.
Hype for the main event. That's what we love to see. Then we get a little quick video package with Darby Allin. Darby Allin on crutches is at a skate park with Tony Hawk and talked about how he was supposed to climb Mount Everest for Hawk's charity, the Skate Park Project, but unfortunately he broke his foot. Hawk talked about his charity and how to help with the cause, and then he had Darby had him plank off his broken foot because Darby is a fucking maniac.
What are we doing? I'm not gonna let Darby turn me on him. I'm not gonna let him turn me against him. I'm still Team Darby.
I am Team Darby as well.
He does not make it easy.
it's like you don't do. Why don't you ever do normal stuff? Like you couldn't just promote the charity. We gave you time to promote the charity you were gonna support by climbing Mount Everest. You can't just support them. You have to have someone plank off your broken foot.
Right. What the fuck? Should you be a little more serious that you were assaulted? Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah. Backstage, we get Renee Paquette interviewing Hook and Chris Jericho, who talk about Hook exceeding his expectations in their match last week. Jericho is fine being Hook's first pinfall win in AEW and puts over Hook's skills. He said after 33 years in this business, he is willing to give Hook his advice to be a potential world champion. Hook thanked and accepted the advice, but reminded him that he's Chris Jericho and he knows who he is. And Jericho said that he knows who Hook is and what he's capable of. And both men fist bump, so they are officially a partnership, or Jericho's going to be his manager.
I know they're officially together.
Huh?
I know they're officially together. There's a Lion Hook t-shirt.
Oh, there's a Lion Hook t-shirt too? Oh, shit.
Yep.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know that. But I think that there is potential here. Actually, no.
Let's hear it. Give me some hope. Did it on Monday, do it again.
It was actually Bully Ray. Yes, I know a lot of that. I love that name shocks you, but it was Bully Ray who came up with a great idea to go in this direction of a story to tell that would be different, that could relate to a lot of different people, with Hook being so young, with Hook now having someone who has a very bad past of betraying people. You could have his father. Situation? You could have his father get involved and basically tell him, like, you don't need Jericho's advice. You don't need Jericho's advice. You don't need to listen to him. And Hook could just be a regular Generation Z or the 20-year-old from this generation and be like, what are you even talking about, Dad? I already beat him. I'm not worried about him. I'm going to get advice from him. He's going to make me a potential champion. You could have basically Hook being kind of fought between his father and this bad influence of role model that is trying to influence him in AEW. I think it would be a very interesting story to tell, and it would give more depth to the Hook character.
Sure. I wish I had more for you. That all sounded pretty mid. But you know what? If we get Taz off commentary, I will take it. Taz off commentary, he just fucking argues with Chris Jericho now. Sure. You know what? Sold. Good Lord. I'm sorry. I'm not solo any of this. This is ass. I'm sorry. Jericho just doesn't have it anymore. I don't know if he fucking gave it up. If he's tired. Listen, I'm not gonna knock you. The idea you have sounds like it could be interesting. Interesting enough for TV, I don't know. Collision, maybe? Doing Collision.
I will say, maybe not the best idea having a storyline where Jericho is propositioning somebody so close to what went down in December, but that's the only.
That could be interesting. That's interesting. He invites Hook to his hotel room. Hook comes in there. Jericho's just wearing his towel. Jericho's like, "Oh shit, this is going different." He runs out of there. Hook's got to sign something. People ask Hook every week, "What the fuck's going on?" Hook can't answer because he signed an NDA. It could be fun.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Jericho's like, "You liked it. You wanted it." Hook's like,
whoa, oh boy.
Not well.
Okay, all right. You heard it, folks.
That's interesting.
MCAS says, so did AEW purposely do no in-ring promos to show the difference between AEW and WWE? Well, that's like right out of the Eric Bischoff playbook of anything WWF was doing. He said he wanted to do the exact opposite. And like I said, I thought this episode of Dynamite was the exact opposite of what we got from Monday's Raw.
It certainly fucking was. That was the best episode of Raw.
It wasn't the worst episode of Dynamite.
Power
Driver Finisher says, but Punk did lose in 3-person competition, getting 3rd place. I'm not gonna be nice. I'm laughing at that shit. Wow.
What are we talking about?
I don't even know. I just talking about MMA, I guess, with Punk.
There's no 3. What's a triple threat MMA match? You big dope. What?
Triple threat MMA match. Greg Bush says, what do I have to do to fast forward the Hook Jericho story? How much money does Tony want?
He's a billionaire. He doesn't need your money. He's loyal to Chris Jericho. I don't know why.
He is. Big Man Dog says, wow, Jericho is so self-aware, doing a storyline about him leeching while less actually leeching.
That could be funny if he's just doing it. He's just fucking. He doesn't give me any actual advice. Yeah, he's just like, hey, go out there and try your best.
Let me be in your corner.
He just wants to cut.
And let them play my music for your entrance.
That could be interesting. I'm not mad at that.
We got a super chat donation from Alexander Fitzgerald. Thank you so much, Alexander. We appreciate the support.
He wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
Nevertheless,
Alexander says, why would Hook want to take advice from Jericho when he can ask his pops who works there? Hear me out. This is all leading to Jericho versus Taz.
What the fuck? That'd be most interesting thing Jericho did. Sorry. What the fuck? Take a break. 6 months. That's all you gotta do. 6 months, hang out with your wife, go to a Trump rally or two, and then come back. It's all good.
No, he's here. He's here, guys. Louis says, just saw this on that Nickelodeon documentary. Oh, shit.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, some weird shit going on.
That was a tough watch for me. That was 4 hours. Changed my childhood. You, my boy Blue, is in the chat. What's going on, Blue? Thanks for joining us. And he came up with a great title for the next documentary, Surviving Chris Jericho.
Oh, we can visit the Jericho's compound again. The FBI can raid it. That could be fun. What the fuck?
We got another super chat donation from Alexander Fitzgerald. Thank you so much, Alexander. You guys are coming to.
Why are you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy.
Alexander says last time Jericho was entertaining was when he would talk about a little bit of the bubbly. Jericho is washed. It wasn't even that long ago. Honestly, he was good in that his Ultra run, his ROH World Title run.
I gotta be honest. I know it's just me, and I like over the top shit. I'm not mad at the Fireball. The first couple of times I saw it, at least.
Oh,
it was
I'm a
funny to
wizard?
me.
I'm a wizard. Yeah. I'm a wizard.
I'm a wizard. It's hilarious. That's just all.
It's been all downhill since he lost the ROH World Title.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That was the apex for Jericho and AEW. It's been all downhill since. We got also in the chat, Big Man Dogs. Of course, Big Man Dogs like the wizard gimmick too.
Oh,
I need a moment. I need a moment, folks.
That's over the top. We don't know.
I need a moment. I need a moment of silence for that one. Louis, why you did that? Why you did that, brother?
Jesus.
Goddamn. All right, next up, we had TBS title 4-way eliminator matchup. Mercedes Mone is on commentary here, while Willow Nightingale, Sky Blue, Julia Hart, and Chris Statlander fight to determine the number one contender for the TBS Championship coming up at AEW Dynasty. They did ask Monet a lot during this matchup who she would like to face in her AEW debut, and she did a good job of talking up all the other ladies. She says that she's not out here to scout the competition, but to try to help improve the women's division, whatever that means. I loved Stokely Hathaway making his entrance with Willow Nightingale and then running up the ramp to go make the entrance with Chris Statlander as well. We get a series of quick pinning attempts from all four ladies to start off. Blue gets sent to the floor, crashing onto Statlander, leaving us with Jay and Nightingale for a little while. Each of the ladies would come in at different points. Blue at one point got some offense on the outside, did a little stare down with Mercedes Mone, which led to Nightingale pouncing the shit out of her as we went. Awesome. Then we got a little stare down between Willow and Monet on the floor. Monet did a really good job, I think, of playing up the little issue that she has with Willow Nightingale and actually kind of alluding to what would be next, being like, I need to find out if Willow actually purposely injured me or not. I like that they added that little bit to it as far as her on the on commentary, and she actually looked like she knew the moves for a couple of ladies, and she sounded like a fan that was actually into the action. I know a lot of people were like, oh, she didn't say much on the matchup. I took that as she was actually paying attention to the match. Back from break, we get all four ladies going at it. Chris Statlander starts showing off her power and offense, running wild. Mercedes was very complimentary of Statlander during this one. She had a spinning fisherman driver at one point for a near fall. She went for a 450 splash, but Jay cut her off, hit a big superplex. We get Nightingale squashing both ladies with a big senton. She went for the Dr. Bomb, but Blue was able to roll through and got a near fall. She then hit the Code Blue, with Mercedes called very well, but Statlander broke that up, hit a powerbomb backbreaker. We get Willow Nightingale with a sick looking DVD on the apron, which looked like Blue landed right on her neck. Mercedes had her jaw drop at that spot there. Willow Nightingale was celebrating on the floor. I was like, get your ass in the ring, Willow. But Anna Jay fights off Statlander, takes her out of the ring, which leads to Willow coming back into the ring just in time to hit the Babe with the power bomb on Anna Jay for the 1-2-3 to win and become the new number one contender for the TBS Championship. Post-match, Willow Nightingale celebrates when out of nowhere, Julia Hart shows up, lays her out with the TBS Championship. After laying her out, she stares down a little bit with Mercedes Mone, who leaves the commentary table. Hart has to bail when Statlander comes back into the ring, but she helps Sky Blue to the back while Statlander checks on Willow, and Mercedes Mone watches everything else go down. But this sets up Willow Nightingale going one-on-one with Julia Hart for the TBS Championship at AEW Dynasty. Jimmy, what did you think about the four-way matchup? What do you think about Willow getting the shot at Dynasty, Mercedes on commentary, and what do you think is going to be the fallout from all of this?
Mercedes on commentary was really good. I know people say she was too quiet, but I prefer my guest commentators to be more quiet, unless you are fucking brilliant, like a...
Timeless Tony Storm.
Tony Storm or CM Punk. I prefer you to shut up. No offense. sit there and watch. Let you have something brilliant to say. Unless I don't want to hear you stumble through this match. I'm trying to watch Dragon and Zack Sabre Jr., if you don't mind. Moxley could stop stuttering for a second and let me watch the match. That'd be great. Sorry, I defended him earlier. I thought the match was really good. I thought Willow came across like a star, though she was about to enter into my dumbest characters ever, along with Wardlow and Damian Priest, when she hit a move. Then started high-fiving fans as the match is going on in the ring.
I was yelling at the screen. I was like, get your ass in the ring. Yo, I was yelling. I was literally yelling. I was like, yo, if she loses this matchup, it's no one to blame but herself.
So I thought we were going. But hey, it didn't work. It worked out. I'm happy it worked out. I appreciate we're kind of hinting at a Julia Mercedes feud and a Willow Mercedes feud, because now I'm not entirely sure who's on the pay-per-view. I think it should be Willow, not only because I love Willow, but Julia has significantly cooled off.
Yeah.
Because she's injured, because Tony Khan's incompetent, or a combination of both. I'll let you choose. Let's move on. Mercedes and Willow, please.
But I feel like Mercedes needs a match at Dynasty, though.
Why?
Because she needs to wrestle. That's what the people want to see from her. They don't want to see her talk. They don't want to just see her on commentary. They want to see her actually wrestle. That's why I'm like, we're 3 weeks in, and Mercedes hasn't really done anything.
No, we're not doing. The dummy has learned his lesson. We're not doing CM Punk versus Matt Sydal just to get a CM Punk match. No.
I'm talking CM Punk versus Powerhouse Hobbs. I'm talking Mercedes Mone versus Serena Deeb at Dynasty.
No. I'm sorry. I know she's not 47, but she's 5 foot nothing, 100 nothing. I'm sorry. She's injury prone. No.
So we're gonna save Mercedes' first match for Double or Nothing. That's what you're saying.
When is that?
That's the end of May.
The end of May?
The end of May. Yes. If it's not Dynasty, then when are we doing it? When are we doing this, huh?
All right, we can do Dynasty. Mercedes versus Serena Deeb, I guess. 5 minutes. Sorry, in and out. In and out.
12. 10 or 12. We can have 3
10 to
women's
12.
matches at Dynasty. We could have 3 women's matches.
We're not going to do women's matches at Dynasty.
You don't think so?
Sorry. No.
I think we could. If that's going to be Mercedes' debut, TBS title match, Thunder, Deanna, and Timeless Tony Storm for the title.
I don't see that happening at Dynasty. He doesn't really fuck with Thunder Rosa like that. Deanna's been a flop, and no offense. And after this episode, I told what did I say a couple weeks ago? We were on the downside of the Tony Storm character. Wasn't that me? Hey, sorry.
Yeah, Eric Isaac says Monet was smoking hot last night and can't wait for her and Statlander's heel turn on Willow after Dynasty. You think Mercedes joining up with Statlander?
Jesus. You got your fucking priorities in order. Smoking hot. Oh, by the way, wrestling. What? Sorry. I like the outfit from the fucking waist up. Sorry, it doesn't work as a skirt. Sorry.
MCAT saying people griping that Mercedes hasn't done anything, but if you look at Sting's run, he did the same thing, so people need to chill.
We've got Mercedes on the Sting timeline. We fucked up already.
Yeah, we should not have Mercedes on the same timeline as 62-year-old Sting when he signed with the company. I am sorry. And I thought that they were going to set up something for her first matchup for next week, because next week's in Massachusetts, in Worcester. I thought they would do. I thought that was the whole reason that they scheduled that 1 month after Big Business, going back to Massachusetts, was you can have Mercedes' big Dynamite in-ring debut there, and then that would set up whatever she was going to do at Dynasty. But they seem to be going the slow. We are trekking along. We're going very, very slow in regards to Mercedes Monet.
Maybe they'll fucking do it on Rampage or Collision or whatever.
That's what I'm thinking, is that Collision, we have something with Serena maybe like making the challenge or putting it out there, since she can't call herself the final boss anymore. She got to come up with something else to refer to Mercedes.
We'll see. Listen.
Yeah. I'm not at the 3 weeks in they've already failed her or she's already buried, because I've seen people who's already on.
Yes, I'm sure they are, because a lot of these people, well, to be fair, a lot of people are just responding to anything good that happens in AEW. But they viewed this as like this trio of Okada and Osprey and Mercedes as a, what's the word people keep using? Game changer. It's more like a it's like, it's not Hall and Nash, it's the Radicals. We bring these people in to greatly improve the quality of our show.
Yeah. It's not a game changer, it's a shift.
It's a bump.
Shift. It's a bump.
It's an upgrade.
It's a bump. It's an upgrade. Yeah. That's all these things. But I will say the fairest criticism I can give is that Mercedes has had the worst introduction of the three.
Yes. I'm glad I'm not alone on this fucking take. Yes. With relative ease, too.
Yeah, because Osprey and Okada have been really, really good introductions, whereas this hasn't been. I can't even say it's been horrible, awful. I can't even say it's been bad. It's just been blah.
It's just there.
it's just there. It's just there. It's Mercedes here. Okay, but what?
Oh, she's here.
And then, like Osprey came in. You already were prepping because you were heating up Takeshita to face him at Revolution. Okada, you're about to get Okada. You have the Young Bucks turn heel, and they're slowly progressing to set him up for his introduction. There was no what was the setup for Mercedes introduction?
We thought it was Dean.
Maybe I think the only thing you could count as is the Stokely, Willow, and Statlander combination. Pairing them up is the only form of preparation for Mercedes, and that's a stretch. I'm stretching to make that.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, I feel like she's kind of just added to that instead of being the focal point of that. Listen, this is early. It's 2 weeks. I'm willing to call the ratings thing. That's over. But as far as her character work, listen, it's early. I'll give it another couple weeks before I decide this is a failure or not. I mean, a failure for what it is, not long term. I don't want to have another Jay White situation. You guys said he was going to fail. No, he's just failing right now. Sorry.
Alexander Fitzgerald says, I like the layers in the story. Willow and Stat feuding with Sky and Julia, and then Mercedes winning Willow, plus a potential Stat heel turn. There is a lot at play here. That's why I'm very against. There's no stories being. There is actual stories being told, and this is a story which has different layers to it, which is like we only got one segment and one match on this show. But it's just like night and day in comparison to like getting one match and one segment a year ago, where it feels like this was enough to fulfill the women's division. Whereas a year ago, if we only got one match, one segment like this, it wouldn't have.
Very true. Very true.
We also got here in the chat, Alexander saying save her for the build up to Double or Nothing. I think that's waiting way too long. I think the more weeks you have with Mercedes not wrestling or not having a firm direction on where she's going, when she's going to wrestle again or wrestle for the first time, I think that you're failing with her until then.
Yes, because unlike, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but unlike Osprey, I don't think you can get away with just having to talk. Not having Osprey just talk, but Mercedes, not a talker. At least not in long 5-10 minute promos.
Yeah.
I'm home. I did it for you. No, you didn't. You fucking phony.
And especially if you're not gonna have her be a heel, like no, her keep doing promos every week. Nah. If it was what I said that first week where she beat up Willow, that then we would have been. I think the last 2 weeks we would have been like, oh man, they're on a good direction with Mercedes. If they had turned her that first week.
Yes. Oh, you'd be cooking. Sir, see, I've been nice the whole episode. Have I not? Have I not been nice this whole episode? We had a whole understanding. We've been doing great. Then you're going to use your burner account to put this up? You're going to be that guy? You're going to be that guy? It can be
I
like
didn't
that.
put that
It's
up.
supposed to be
I didn't
friends.
put that up. That's your burner account. You're saying what the fuck are you talking about? He's like Mercedes is a bigger star than Becky Lynch. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, that's not a question mark. That is a period. Mercedes is a bigger star than Becky Lynch. Period. He's stating a statement of fact. What the fuck are you talking about?
I thought it was like a question. Like,
Sir. Yeah, no, sir. Becky Lynch is the bigger star. All the numbers say that that's the case. Now you can argue with numbers, but why would you? It feels like a losing battle.
we shall see. Like as far as like Mercedes, what her drawing power is as far as a TV draw. Because we said the first week, it did what 798, but her segment did 1 million. She was in the first segment last week. What did that do?
9/11.
9/11. So 9/11, the show overall did 800. This is going to be the real deciding factor of putting her at 9 o'clock to see if she can bump that 9 o'clock spot.
Yeah, they typically don't do well on that spot. I don't know why. Outside of that, Tony Khan's a bad booker, but
this was definitely putting her in this spot was a ratings ploy to see if she could
Yes.
Yeah.
My conspiracy theory self says this was an attempt to further demonize women. So you can say, hey, they don't draw, told you. And you can push them right back to their spot. Told you. I tried.
Tried. What are you talking about? Annika says that's what I've been saying. TK knew she was coming, and you don't get a program ready for her, a red hot program. Red hot pro. I gave them 101 idea. If you wanted a red hot program, you should have done Britt Baker come back when she did. That's the red hot program. That was the only way she had a red hot program coming into this company.
That would have been fucking great. That would have been fucking fantastic. And you haven't turned heel yet.
You didn't. Exactly. That was the other thing. I was like, I know she's gonna get cheered, so let me figure out the person she can feud with, where she doesn't have to be a heel and she could just be Mercedes Mone without us having to define her as a babyface or heel, but she'll still be cheered. Britt Baker. That was the answer. There was no other alternative.
That'd have been so good. I'm so disappointed. I like the Willow idea second, heel turn. Whatever's going on now, a distant third.
This would be third. This would be Seth Rollins. This would be Seth Indra. I'm just saying, I feel honored that you consider me SP3's burner account. No, I think he meant Laron Ford is my burner account.
Yes.
We also got Power Driver Finisher says, I agree. People could say they tried, but they could have set things up way better. 100%.
Agreed.
Like when you compare the setup for Osprey coming in and you compare it to the setup for Okada coming in, this was not done. This did not have as much care put into it.
Which is wild. Didn't she bring in her own writer? What the fuck is going on?
King Potato says they did Okada's debut so perfectly. He's already a champ less than a month into his debut. Mercedes hasn't even had a match. Buzz is dying and quickly. I will say that is a fair thing to say, that the Buzz is dying.
Yeah. I won't argue with you.
Bad. But next up is when the show had a decline. Dustin Rhodes is here, and he's here to talk about having banger matches. Dustin says we're told that he's 3-1 in 2024, and says what's next for him. He said he started off the year with a bang, but right now at 55 years old, he's as passionate as he's ever been. He's been having so many banger matches in AEW since the start of the company, and he's ready for the next one. In comes the Butcher, because But's the Butcher. The Butcher walks in, and Rhodes acts like he has bad breath, but the Butcher says his mustache has a muss.
What the fuck?
Butcher asks if Rhodes remembers their bunkhouse brawl from a few years back and said he has some receipts with his name on it, and challenges Rhodes to a match on Rampage. Rhodes accepts, and he says that he's a natural born legend and he's loved everywhere, even in Canada, and refuses to be a stepping stone.
What the fuck are you babbling about? Holy shit. Natural Born Legend is crazy.
I was like,
This is a heel
no,
turn?
no, the Banger matches. That's what no 55-year-old should be talking like this. Like, stop. You are a heel to me. You have turned heel to me. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Banger match.
fucking
Banger match.
Banger
He said
match.
it twice. He said it twice. Just in case we didn't hear him the first time. I was like, what?
I'm against anybody talking about fucking the quality of their matches. It's gotten into fucking real life sports, by the way. Where people talk about, I want to go out there and have the best fight out there. What? Why would you care about the entertainment of the fight? Aren't you trying to win, sir? Gives a fuck.
Yeah, UFC started doing that a few years back, though.
It's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Go out there and have the most entertaining fight on the card. What? Nigga, you lost. All right. Well, whatever.
Because they now realize in UFC, if you have an entertaining fight, it doesn't matter if you lost.
This is very true. And you get a 50 grand fucking bonus or whatever fucking fighters make. Because fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, you care. Yeah, I get it. You want 50 grand. But you shouldn't care. You shouldn't care. Michael Jordan shouldn't care how close the game is. In fact, he doesn't want to be close. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Oh well. Dustin stinks. I'm done with Dustin. He's been on my release list for a long time. He's now moving closer and closer to the top. In fact, he's taking up 2 spots. I'm gonna take Matt Jackson off the list, and we're gonna put Dustin twice. That's what we're gonna do.
Fitzgerald, this is the Alexander Fitzgerald. That's a great comment. He says this feels like a feud that should have been after Britt. Yes, this should have been. This should have been the feud going into Double or Nothing. That's what I think they're gonna do. That's what I think they're gonna do anyway. I think they're gonna do Willow versus Mercedes for the CBS title at Double or Nothing because that's 1 year from their first matchup when she got hurt.
Well, you love that fucking horseshit.
Long-term storytelling.
It's not a story. It's just an Easter egg. Austin wins the title at King of the Ring 98 because it's 2 years after. Stop it!
2 years later, he wins the championship. Oh yeah, brother. Trey Jones saying, "What banger match has Dustin had since that match with Cody?" I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, he main evented Dynamite against Nick Camarado. I never forget. Maybe. I hate when Sheamus says it too. What the fuck are you having about?
Yeah, banger after bang. I was like, that's corny. You made it corny.
Who cares?
Like once wrestlers started singing banger, that's when it stopped being cool for fans to sing. Backstage, we go to a video with Timeless Tony Storm visiting the set of Turner Classic Movies in hopes Ben Makowitz, I think I said that right or wrong, who congratulates Storm on being an AEW Women's World Champion and redefining the art of pro wrestling. Storm congratulates him on whatever he does and gets him to say chin up, tits out. Well, he doesn't say the tits out part. And watch for the shoe and throws the shoe. And we leave. What was... I don't know the point of that one.
Ben Mike was so good last time.
Yeah, it was.
This was so... I'm not sure if it was bad. It's just there.
Yeah,
Why?
it's another one that's... Like, like this is the weird part about this show. I wouldn't even say, except for Dustin's promo, I wouldn't even say the stuff that I didn't like on this show was bad. It was just... Yeah. Like that's what this segment, that's the best way I could describe this segment. I was like, that happened.
Yeah, huh? All right. Sure. Well,
okay.
It's over. Time for Tony Storm to change again. Sorry. I'm not sure when or why or fucking how we're going to get there, but it's time.
We got a video package with Swerve Strickland talking about his big main event matchup with Konosuke Takeshita and says the only way to be number one is to be the AEW World Champion, and Samoa Joe has been ducking him, but after tonight when he beats Takeshita, he won't be able to anymore. Any thoughts? I like that they spread out the hype for the main event on this show.
Yes. It's the only good thing I can say about it. Promo was fine. It was bad. It's fine. No. Not his best, certainly.
Next, we get our second of two quarterfinal matches in the AEW World Tag Team Title Tournament, as it's the Best Friends, Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta with Chuck Taylor in their corner versus the Undisputed Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. This one turned out to be a very fun matchup. I thought that they packed in a lot of action into this one. I believe it only went about 10, 11 minutes. So, good amount of time, got in a lot of great action into this one. Trent Beretta taking a bunch of the heat in this one before making the tag out to Orange Cassidy. We got a couple of dives on the floor, lots of moves on the apron throughout this show. We even get a power driver from Bennett onto Trent on the apron at one point. The Kingdom control much of this matchup until Orange Cassidy is able to make the hot tag in. He comes in, hits a big twisting DDT to Bennett. We get a stun dog millionaire to Taven, but Taven responded back with a big long shot knee to the face. But eventually we get the orange punch. We get a crunchy, we get an orange punch. Then we get a jackknife pin after Taylor crotches Taven on the top rope. We get the jackknife pin on Bennett, and the Best Friends are able to advance and win this matchup against Undisputed Kingdom. Post-match, we get the Young Bucks coming out onto the stage to clap it up for the Best Friend, and then they immediately go down the Cody Vader that they just came up from for 10 seconds after, and they literally go down very slow to the point they have to crouch down to not be seen. That was funny. Best Friends move on. They face the Young Bucks next week in the semifinals of the AEW World Tag Team Title Tournament. Like I said, I thought this was a good matchup here.
You said it only went 10 minutes. That's a goddamn shame. You say a match only went 10 minutes. It means your AEW matches are too fucking long. Only 10 minutes. 10 minutes is a long fucking time, especially for fucking the Undisputed Kingdom.
I mean, they have had the worst first quarter of 2024. They ended 2023 looking like they were going to be the top heel faction in this company. These motherfuckers can't buy a win.
So let's recap.
This is the fastest I have ever seen. This is like Nexus level of how fast they went from a threat to not important at all.
They went from a threat to not important. So then we got our fucking defibrillator. We put the belt on fucking Roderick Strong. And then these motherfuckers just lost to Swerve, essentially 2-on-1. And then they lost here. Hooey. I keep wanting to say Book of the Year, but it's not the case anymore. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Just throw it away. If you're gonna fucking bury it, just throw it away. There's no need to keep it.
Undisputed Cups.
Just have the fucking Warlord crush these cocksuckers. 2 weeks. Ooh, that's a good one.
The Core.
That's a solid one. Yeah. That's solid. Oh, we bringing it back.
And the Core is another group that was basically an offshoot of another group in a different name, and that's what the Undisputed Kingdom is.
Yeah. I hope Warlord squashes them. Like
a
week, maybe 2 weeks. I hope Warlord squashes them, like immediately. 2 weeks, a week. I don't care. It's over. It never should have started, but it's over now.
We got CPZ. He says, "What is there for MJF to overcome at this point when he returns? These guys are already cooked." I mean, they're just begging Adam Cole. They're like, yo, take steroids, take the shot, like, please come back, please. And like, they don't even realize. I don't think the company even realizes that the other story that they have going on with the stable is actually also furthering their burial.
Colorado?
Yes, because next we get Kyle O'Reilly backstage, and Renee Paquette asks him about his match with Brian Keefe, congratulates him for that win. He says that it felt good to pull that Band-Aid off after such a long time, but the AEW roster is stacked. She brings up that Undisputed Kingdom came out and celebrated with him, and if he would rejoin the Undisputed Kingdom, and he said no. He did it on his own against Brian Keefe, and he'll do it on his own again. He said on Collision, he'll once again prove he belongs. And it's like, dude, if this guy don't want to be with them and he's friends with them, Why the fuck do we care? Like, no one cares. Like, no, why? No, yes, that was the correct answer. Colorado Gate, Renee Paquette. Do you think you want to rejoin Undisputed Kingdom? No, no one should.
I'm sorry. First of all, Kyle O'Reilly, I appreciate you guys got a clean shirt, but he just looks like I don't know what to explain this new look he has. He looks like somebody who tries to sell you fucking stocks during a YouTube ad. It's just, you want to know how I made it rich? Look at this fucking Ferrari behind me. Passive income. I'm sorry. His delivery is not much better. It's just all of it stinks. I'm sorry. Like you said, this wasn't even bad. It's just, why is he talking? Why is he talking?
And they didn't even tell us who he's facing. Like, it's like, what's the point?
Since when did Kyle O'Reilly become fucking MJF? I'm going to tune in just to see Kyle O'Reilly fight somebody. What?
We need Kyle O'Reilly promos to set up his collision matches every week. No, we need Mark Briscoe promos to set up Mark Briscoe matches every week. That's what we need.
Be entertaining. Oh, what the fuck? This is shocking. Whose idea was this? Who's he friends with? Chris Jericho?
Cole's cool with Tony. Tony probably playing for all his medical bills. We get highlights of last week's main event with Adam Copeland defeating Christian Cage in the I Quit matchup.
Right. I forgot that happened last week.
Yeah, I was like, but this is like the caveat here of, was it too late in the show to show this, or should they have shown it earlier? They probably should have shown highlights earlier, but it is also promoting Collision. So that is a rule that you set up of we can't promote Collision until the second hour. Highlights of Copeland and Christian in the I Quit match from last week are shown. Copeland winning the TNT Championship and him talking about the Cope Open returning as he will defend the TNT title for the very first time back in Canada. In the Cope Open this Saturday on Collision. We also get the lineup for Collision, as it's going to be Ricky Starks and Big Bill versus Top Flight in the AEW World Tag Team Championship Tournament quarterfinals, as well as FTR versus the Infantry in the quarterfinals as well. And we're also going to get the Righteous teaming up with Lance Archer to versus the Blackpool Combat Club's Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and Katsuyori Shibata teaming up with BCC.
Fucking heinous. What did I tell you fucking 3 weeks ago? I was like, I think Christian should probably lose the belt. Edge could be fun, but he'll probably just go back to doing the same horseshit he was doing before. And here we are, with Edge doing the same horseshit he was doing before. This shitty Cope Open where he fights a bunch of nobodies because we keep letting wrestlers do what they want. Take the book away from Dragon. Take the book away from Edge. Enough of this. Enough. No mas. No mas, fucking please. What the fuck?
I'm hoping that the Cope Open, before, the reason why he was versing people like Griff Garrison and shit like that was because it was a non-title one. Now that there's actually a title involved, it needs to actually be someone who we have seen win before.
Let me get a name.
That's my only caveat. They have to at least have won before.
Give me any name you can think of out of your fucking hat that we would do. We wouldn't promote, by the way. It's gonna be a surprise, but is worth something. I'm trying to think of
the return of Ray Phoenix.
That's not a bad one. He'd probably be just on the. See, I was gonna say Penta, but Penta doesn't qualify. I'm sorry, I'm not excited about Penta and Edge. Ray Phoenix is on the right side of the ledger. There's a line in the middle of people I give a fuck about. Penta just misses it. Ray Phoenix just clears it. Ray Phoenix, I'm going with. Yeah, I like Ray Phoenix. That's a good match. Yeah. It'd be good.
Yeah, that's what I also had to think about is whose style would work with Edge to have a great match. I think Penta's style would make for a good match with him because he could have that hard hitting style that Edge probably thinks that he wants until he has too many of those hard hitting matches. We also got Trey Jones says that I'm begging you please just rebuild Ricky Starks and have him beat Copeland for the TNT title. My call is Jay White beating Copeland for the TNT title.
Or Jay White Edge should be fun.
I think Jay White and Edge that gets me. That's a rare Adam Copeland match that gets me excited in AEW.
Oh, I like it. Oh, what would that feud look like? It looked like fun. Is what it looked like.
It would look like fun. Great. You do that. You have Jay White win the TNT title right before Darby comes back, because Darby, he loves going after the TNT title anyway. He treats that like that's his world title.
Why didn't we have any follow up to Jay White and them?
I think they announced on Ramp. They have a segment on Rampage. They have a bang bang gang dinner on Rampage.
What the fuck did Jay White do to deserve this? All I do is give you good fucking material week after week after week, and I'm only punished for it. You put me with these bums, scissor bums, and now you put me on Rampage. What did I do? I didn't sign the contract fast enough. What? Whatever.
That's also true. Alexander saying problem with the Cope Open is they had younger people wrestle him, but then they take them off TV again.
It's like I'm just trying to help the younger crew. Well, you're not. You're just not. Sorry.
Daniel Garcia said Alexander says Garcia is probably gonna beat Copeland. Yeah, that's who they kind of have teased is gonna be the person to beat Copeland.
That's who the
but I don't think Garcia is ready quite yet. I think he's 1 year away.
He's 20 pounds away. He's a bunch of steroids away. Sorry, he just isn't.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Who cares if it's killed a couple of 30 wrestlers? Take steroids.
30,000. Main event. Yeah, Swerve Strickland going one-on-one with the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita. This one got me very excited when it was announced last week, and boy, oh boy, did it deliver on that. We get a form of respect early on as a handshake between both guys, but neither man will let go. This leads to a headlock by Strickland. Takeshita tries to whip him to the rope, but Strickland flips out of it. He applies a short arm scissors, which got him the win last week against the Butcher, but Takeshita was able to escape and get to the ropes. He fires off a Takeshita line. We see in the back Samoa Joe is watching. Strickland responds with an uppercut off the second rope to the back, a hanging neck breaker through the ropes. Both men slug it out before Strickland delivers a nice little backbreaker, but he goes for a big brain buster, but Takeshita is able to reverse, and that really changes the fortune of this matchup as Takeshita hits a brain buster, and then the rest of the match, Strickland basically sold his neck, shoulder, and arm throughout the matchup right from that one move. I love the fact that one move you could pinpoint as the change of this matchup. Takeshita refuses to allow the referee to give Swerve any time to recover. He hits a big Terminator dive to the outside on the floor. Takeshita was just in his zone, and there's just a look. Takeshita is another one that I think is getting better in facial expressions. Like, I don't know if he's watching Okada's work, but he just has that smug villain in every karate film face. Like, he's just smug, full of himself, cocky to the point of like narcissism in a way with his facial expressions is really, really good. They had a great little strike exchange, but Takeshita hits a big home run forearm that makes Strickland crumble. Takeshita blocks the rolling flatliner and attempts a fisherman carry facebuster, charging knee, and then a somersault dive. He then wanted the violent corner brainbuster that he hit on Will Osprey at Revolution, but Swerve was able to fight his way out. He hits a big hanging DDT. Then he hit a crossbody for a near fall. He sets Takeshita up and then hits a sky twister press for a near fall. When Swerve busts out a sky twister press or a 450, I'm like, I sometimes forget you can do that. Takeshita fought out of the big pressure. He hits a big poison Rana, then hits the blue thunder bomb. That was great. Takeshita took too long to capitalize, allowing Strickland to fire off some straight right hands. He hits a great rolling flatliner where Takeshita lands right on his head. Takeshita catches him in midair with a pump knee. He didn't manage to fall down off of that one, but he got a near fall off of that. Takeshita hits a big a big German suplex, and then follows up with the power driver near knee, but Strickland was able to get his shoulder up. We get a couple of big near falls down the stretch as Takeshita tries to go for an avalanche blue thunder bomb, but Strickland is able to fight out of it. He hits a big house call into the swerve stomp, but Takeshita is able to kick out. Strickland couldn't believe it. Both men try pop-up headbutts and jumping knees. Strickland fires back, hits a big standing swerve stomp, and then hits the big pressure, the JML driver for the 1-2-3. Swerve Strickland becomes the new #1 contender for the AEW World Championship in an absolutely fantastic main event to this show. Post-match, we go backstage to Renee Paquette, who is with the AEW World Champion Samoa Joe, who has this face on. Joe says that it's baffling that this man is celebrating the biggest fade he's ever going to catch in his damn life. When Strickland walks to the ring next week and signs on the dotted line, Joe will make him realize just what he's asking for. Strickland isn't ready. He's not that man. And then we go back to the ring where Strickland is still celebrating his win as we close the show with the announcement that at AEW Dynasty, it will be Swerve Strickland challenging Samoa Joe for the AEW World title. And then after Dynamite, we got the ring.
Still here?
Yes, they show back up out of nowhere. We got the ring. Swerve Strickland, #1 seed now, #1 contender, will face Samoa Joe at AEW Dynasty. Orange Cassidy at #2, Jon Moxley #3, Will Osprey #4, Bryan Danielson #5. Over in the women's division, Thunder Rosa #1, Mariah May #2, Willow Nightingale #1 contender for the TBS Championship, #3 overall in the women's division, Deonna Purrazzo #4, Serena Deeb #5, tag team division, Best Friends #1, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson #2, Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli, Blackpool Combat Club, not in the AEW World Tag Team title tournament, #3. #4, Big Bill and Ricky Starks. #5, FTR. Trios division, Bang Bang Scissor Gang, or Bang Bang Gang, excuse me, #1. The Elite, #2. Blackpool Combat Club, #3. Undisputed Kingdom, #4. And #5, The House of Black.
How would you put this up? How would you fucking point at your bad booking? How is fucking BCC not in this fucking tournament? What's the justification for it?
Because he had to do that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament and take
Absolutely.
some time off to go to Japan and go to Mexico and do other stuff, not in the tournament that they should have been in.
Oh, fucking heinous.
Great match, though. Takeshita and
yes,
Swerve.
Great match. I enjoyed all of it. I don't like Takeshita kicking out the Swerve Stomp, but I'll take it. It's Takeshita.
I'm fine with it because they have established big pressure. The JML driver is like his real finish.
His super finisher. Nobody kicks out of this one. Whatever. Why don't you just use it?
Swerve Stomp is the people's elbow.
I'm not going to get into fucking wrestling logic. Why not just use it? Use it more often. Wouldn't you injure matches a lot faster?
Hey, if you could finish people with your secondary finisher, you can do that as well.
Why? People kick out of it.
Angle finished people with the Olympic Slam, even though the ankle lock was much more effective.
Yeah, people kick out of it. So why are you doing it? Why don't you use the thing that people don't kick out of?
Some people don't.
Is the point? So I love that.
Not everybody.
Sometimes I cross the street without looking, and I sometimes make it all the time. What? No. The match was great. I love the match. I love Swerve and Takeshita. I gotta be honest. I was worn out by this point by the awfulness of the show. Oh, awfulness is strong. The awfulness of the second half. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't hit like I wanted to. I gotta watch it again. So from what I saw, it looked great. It wasn't hitting for me. Yeah. They're both fantastic.
I can understand because the half an hour before this matchup was tough.
Painful.
It was tough.
Oh, well.
Trey Jones says Takeshita was knocking the shit out of Swerve. Yo, he was beat. Takeshita has probably been the best in-ring worker of 2024 for AEW. The Darby match, the Osprey match, those are like three of my in my top 10 for AEW so far this year.
I put him over Edge. Let's do that instead.
Ooh. I wouldn't mind that.
He could be the belt collector and just get rid of all these shitty belts in this company. He could take this one. He could take Hook's belt. He could take Roderick Strong's belt. Throw them all in the fucking trash.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I love that line by Joe. The biggest fade he's ever going to catch in his life.
Yo, what? Oh my God. This thing's a menace.
Alexander, you're giving it too long. I give it a few months before the rankings fade away because they literally took like 6 weeks to do rankings again.
Yeah, like it's over. He's probably heard people fucking whispering about it, calling it, he went away. He's going to put it back up. Sorry, it's over. I know you're watching. It's over. I don't know. Wasn't a good idea. It's fine.
Annika says, please just let Joe and Swerve cook for this match on the mic in the ring. Let them handle this build up. They have. They've been building this up since January, pretty much. This has been like,
really good.
Yeah. It feels like there's guys that are on good directions, and like Osprey, Okada being introduced. Osprey's got that matchup everybody's looking forward to with Bryan Danielson at Dynasty. But story-wise, this feels like the best story they got going on. Swerve's quest to become the AEW World Champion.
I prefer not just because of Willow. I prefer Willow Stellar.
That's fair too. That's fair. That's in the conversation as well. I agree. We got Big Man Dog says that's facts. They need to sell that the good finisher is difficult to apply or something. I mean, they did establish that. Like he always has trouble getting the JML driver on everybody because it is a move that takes some work.
As opposed to, I'll get so upset if we talk about this. I gotta be honest. I'm not mad if he moves away from the Swerve Stomp altogether, because it makes everybody look like a fucking idiot. Set up.
Yes, I agree. I don't think the Swerve Stomp should be anybody. Literally,
be honest. The standing Swerve Stomp was dope as fuck. I'm not even sure where that came from, but it looked fantastic. Ooh, let's do that instead.
That was dope. I was like, oh, that's much better. Yeah.
Please.
We got Alexander say take the trios titles and trash them too.
Them too. Listen, I know the Bucks wanted to have their own belt with fucking Omega and them. You did it. It was fun. House of Black had them. It was fun. We're over it. It's been ass. Let's move on.
Unless the Bang Bang Scissor Gang is gonna call this a wrap. I don't know.
Please don't do this.
Bang Bang Gang. I keep calling them Bang Bang Scissor Gang because they made me call them that for 3 weeks. But sound off in the live chat. Let us know your match of the night, MVP, LVP, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give the show? For me and Jimmy, for the March 27, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs in the middle from Jimmy. Thumbs up from me out of 10. What did you give the show, Jimmy?
6.5. Passing if you're in public school, but in Catholic school, not. So, middle.
I gave it a 7 out of 10. I thought the bookmarks of the show, the bookends of the show, great match with Osprey and Shibata. Fantastic match with Takeshita and Swerve. I thought the 4-way matchup was a bunch of fun, and I liked Mercedes on commentary, and I really enjoyed the tag team match with the Bucks and Private Party. Everything else, I mean, all right, the Best Friends versus Undisputed Kingdom was solid. It was a good match, but did it need to be on this show? Not with all the stuff that was around it. It just made for a very non-consequential 30, 40 minutes of the show. So yeah, 7 out of 10.
That's some rough graders. Jesus. I should have went lower. God damn. Yeah. What's some of you guys get 8?
What was your match of the night?
Swerve and Takeshita.
I give it to Swerve and Takeshita as well. Who was your MVP for the show?
Oh, that's a little more difficult. I'm going to give it to Willow. Not just because of the way she looks, though that's always a win. Because I felt like she got the biggest bump from this night.
That is fair. Yeah, you made a good argument. So I'll go co MVP for Willow and Will Osprey. Will Osprey just can't have anything less than a very good to great matchup, it seems. So that's why I'll give him love. But I agree with you. Willow probably increased her stock the most out of everybody on the show.
Like she's like right back to where she was when she won that Owen Hart tournament. Good job. You fixed that thing. It took us a year to fix it.
Only a year. LVP for the show, and I am gonna break the streak. Dustin Rhodes wins the Chris Irvine LVP award.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. I'm going with Dustin. Yes. That was fucking heinous, sir. The fuck was that? I forgot how to talk. What the fuck?
Banger. I had a banger. I had great matches. Like, what? Why are you lying? Stop lying. Like, what? We got Power Driver Finisher who says 6 match of the night. Osprey, Shibata, MVP Joe, LVP Jericho. We got Annika who says 6.5. I need a little more story in my wrestling. We got Ace who says Ace who says match of the night, Swerve versus Konosuke Takeshita. We got Louis who says Osprey and Swerve share MVP for him. We got MCAS who says MVP Osprey, and MCAS says Swerve versus Takeshita for match of the night. And Ace says Osprey and Julia Hart for MVP.
How did we come to that conclusion? I love that. How'd you give it to Julia Hart? What is this, fucking Swerve's burner account? This is fucking ridiculous. How is it not Willow or Mercedes? What? Julia Hart. What?
We got Alexander Fitzgerald with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Alexander. You've been really contributing to us during this episode. We appreciate it.
Tony Khan, this is also on you, because you can stop this.
Stop this. Alexander says, would you want Swerve to win the belt now or All In? He has to win it now because he's going to lose it at All In.
I love that. So Osprey? See, it's his hometown. So we got no, nigga.
Yeah. Home country. That's more important. That's more important than home. That's more important than towns. Countries.
Enough of this. Oh my God. I'm Team Vince. Fuck that. Losing your fucking home country. Fuck them.
I mean, they could do the Cody WrestleMania 39 bucket of, oh, Osprey has got to finish his story. They want that will actually give us some structure. I'm actually down with that now. You've convinced me. You convinced me that they should do Swerve and Osprey, but Swerve wins to set up Cody finishing his story in 2025.
Oh my God.
Or will finish. Sorry.
Would this establish All In as like the WrestleMania? Which I'm not mad at.
Yeah.
I need I need to know what the year looks like from All In to All In.
Exactly.
I will. Sure, I'm down.
I'd be down for that.
When's All In? August?
Yeah. Yeah, but I think are we in agreement? We think Swerve's winning at Dynasty.
Got to. Joe's had a great run. Appreciate it. Swerve is about as hot as he's ever going to get.
Yeah,
put the belt on.
You can't risk it. You can't risk it for the biscuit at all. King Potato said, "I hate you guys, man. Why'd you have to put that into the universe? I mean, that's the only way we're gonna set up All In as the WrestleMania."
Yes. And how much heat would that get us if Swerve goes over in England? They could chant nigger and all types of shit from the crowd.
You know what I just realized what they could do?
Soccer stadium.
They could make the Casino Battle Royal into their Royal Rumble. You win the Casino Battle Royal at Double or Nothing. You get the shot. No. You get the shot at All In.
Casino Battle Royal is heinous. No.
Do the casino ladder match. Determine who gets the shot.
Oh my God. I forgot Hangman's still hanging about. He's suspended. If Hangman was to come back and cost Swerve this fucking match.
Oh my God, that would be so good. That would be so good.
That only works if you have MJF come out right after.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it.
Jimmy, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I keep forgetting about the what do you call that? The monetization settings. They've been fucking on my ass recently. So I said the C word and they fucking whatever. Fine. From now on, no more C word, no more N word.
They always limit. They limit our ads here. So I have to do the manual. Have an actual person look at my video and stop limiting them.
me see. Is it just us or is it everybody's? Like, is it just the Ramble?
Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
the
No,
other
no,
live
it's
stream?
everybody. Yeah, it's everybody.
Oh, cool. I'll see as many niggers and cunts as I want.
Jimmy, let the people know where they can follow you for all the niggas and all that stuff.
On YouTube, where we watch television and movies, and I will stop saying the C word over there because they were not playing around. God damn, Jesus! I said it one time. It's a big fucking deal. What is it? A big fucking deal now? Yeah. Enjoy.
Yo, imagine the Mogul Embassy is a new bloodline, and every
God.
time Swerve's about to lose, Toa Leona has a hood on.
It's hood on. Is it your uniform? It's not hiding your identity. We know who you are.
Like, why do you keep taking it off? Like it's some big reveal.
Solo. Who would have thunk? It's me, Cody.
Oh,
it was me all along.
It was me all along. But yes, follow Jimmy for that. Check out our Atlanta reaction and reviews. Those are a whole bunch of fun, and we're getting close to season 4, which might be my favorite. I don't know yet. We'll see on the rewatch.
It's not my favorite. I haven't seen it, but I know it ain't got Bibby in it, so not my favorite season.
It's like season 2. I saw someone on, I think it was like Screen Rant. They ranked the season, and season 2 it was number 1 for them. Yeah, I was like, you can't argue. Robin's season is the best season. Barbershop, Woods, and Teddy Perkins are like 3 of the best episodes of Atlanta, and they're all in that one season.
Wow.
So yeah. It's hard. But yeah, follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. I will be back here live tomorrow for our Dark Side of the Ring Season 5 Episode 4 review. Myself, Miss Chrissy Love, breaking down everything that went down on this week's episode. So join us live for that tomorrow, 12:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Also got the True Hill Heat Flagship podcast coming up on Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time, breaking down this week in professional wrestling. And then WrestleMania week next week. We got our preview coming up next Tuesday. We got our Sakura Genesis New Japan Pro Wrestling preview going to drop next week. NXT the liver preview. Why are you laughing? What are you laughing about?
Louisville, rather.
Oh, the CEO chants, but all them bad teeth folks yelling DEI.
I'm sorry. Swerve deserves it. They all 80,001 of them hate black women. Put them all together. They can chant nigger Swerve from rafters.
Go over to Jimmy's YouTube channel that's on our home screen. It's one of the first channels that we have at the bottom of the screen. But yeah, we're currently watching and reviewing season 3, which is the anthology season, which is probably the riskiest of all the seasons of Atlanta.
Certainly the fucking riskiest. Waiting a whole year for this shit. Fucking nobody's here.
Power Driver Finisher, we review episode 3 of X-Men 97 on Sunday on the True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment channel. So go over and subscribe to that. Go over to patreon.com/True Hill Heat. We got a new review of Honor over there. You could go over and check that out. Go over to, like I said, the Twitch channel where we're going to have Blunt Impact tonight. It'll also be available right here on the YouTube channel as well. And check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like True Hill Heat 269 from last Saturday, or check out Rated Raw Review number 16, Hard Times, from this past Tuesday with me and Romeo reviewing Monday Night Raw that we talked in depth about to start this show as well. So check that out. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 139, Swerve to the Top. We are signing off until next time.